Oh wow, it's
Please,
been.
with I was about to do the whole thing that they used to do on Big Brother. You're
Oh
now live on Channel
yeah.
4. Please do not swear.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I was on a show last week that required all the swearing, so you know,
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna be difficult.
yeah. I just blanked out on their name. I'm very whatever.
The turn-based cynics,
That's
also
it.
once known as the caffeinated bantercast.
Yes. I was about to call
Um,
it the Caffeinated Banter Cast, and I was like, wait, nope. They've
yeah,
changed their
well,
name.
it's minus a Jennifer these days. So,
Yeah. I hope she's doing
I
well.
do need to talk to you afterwards about an idea that came through.
Okay, we will do that.
Well,
I.
it's not so much an idea for you, it's an idea for me.
Uh huh.
And annoyingly it might mean a third podcast.
Oh, of course. Pete and his podcast.
No, this one wasn't me.
Uh huh.
This one wasn't me.
Ah. Chat, we are gonna. Okay, first of all, no, I'll repeat that when chat shows up. Chat, I'm giving you lots of time because our intro is going to be long, and that's what she said.
Always. Right, let me just you carry on doing your thing. I've just got to do the usual tweetage. So I might need to move my mic because, funnily enough, with a new mic,
Uh-huh.
I actually can't type with this bloody keyboard.
Robot penis. That should be the thumbnail for this episode. Bueno. Brent has joined the chat. It's been so long. But Brent, let me know if I am screaming into the mic. I can't hear with these stupid headphones on. I have to get better headphones because these are awful.
Please get some new ones.
I am. I say they're awful. They're probably exactly like perfect for gaming because they are noise blockers, cancelers, whatever. Like I can't hear myself. But for recording, not so good.
Which is why I said to you the last time we did it, so I'm now going to have
Oh,
to do
yeah.
that.
Take one ear off, right?
Do the one slightly off the ear,
Right.
'cause then you can actually sort of hear yourself.
That's
So you know when we did the interview with Daniel, like when we had to actually pre-record it live,
Yes.
pre-record. That's what I did the whole time. That's why I was very self-aware because time and stupidity of recording at that time of the night.
Well, Brent says you're a bit low, so I've upped you a bit.
Well, I could do that myself, actually, funnily enough.
Well, but I meant for the stream.
Okay. Well, I was going to say I have a gain control now.
Oh yes, you do.
Remember?
That's right. I've got you going into the yellow.
I was going to say something. I am not going to say it.
No, we're talking about muscle gains. That's it.
I wasn't.
I was giving you an out, Pete.
I mean, an in or an out, in, out, in.
Oh,
out.
don't do that. I'm on year 11 now, Pete.
Oh, don't.
That's insane. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, oh yeah, because we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot catching up to do with our wonderful chat and our podcast listeners. Cause we'll probably do a lot of this on air, I think.
I think we probably will, yeah, because it's been a while. As Stained once said.
Yes, I was gonna say, been a while.
I'm right in thinking that was the song that did actually have a Fred Durst on there too.
Well, he had something to do with him. I don't remember though.
Well, he produced quite a lot of their music. I think he was a producer on one of their albums.
I used to love them, but they're a little too far to the right for me. I'm again totally open-minded. If other people are cool with that, I am not judging, but it's just me personally. But I still do like that song.
Look, let's not go into the politics discussion because I believe that everything has now become politics.
Yeah, so I think we discuss it. Exactly, like legit everything. So I think we already aren't a political podcast, but I think we're gonna try extra hard.
But if people want to know my political persuasion, if they really must,
you can see my pointy ears. I never get to show those off.
All right, elf ears.
I can't help it. Yeah.
So,
it's genetic.
Yeah, if people want to know my political persuasion, let's say, Well, you're gonna have to
A
go
little
digging for
right.
it because I'll never freaking tell you.
I was gonna say a little right to Attila the Hun, and that is a joke. Our lovely audience. I'm only pretending and joking.
Okay, fine. Let me tell you, centrist, as
Yeah.
centrist as centrist come,
Uh, um,
because I think both sides are crap.
there you go. I think everyone is crap. Equally.
I don't vote. I don't vote in politics anymore because the last time I voted, it was a waste of time.
Oh goodness.
It's like the South Park thing. It's
Yeah.
like voting for either a giant douche, like giant turd, or a
Turd sandwich.
massive douche.
But even if you don't vote, you're still making a decision. Even, I love that quote. Even not
Yeah.
making a decision is a decision. Once I heard
Yeah,
that, I was like, I don't know. It just really was. It was a cool thing in my brain. I was like, okay, that's cool. Yeah. And Brent says
yes,
a lot has
a lot.
happened.
Yes, it has.
For everyone.
I bought a new microphone.
Woo! Robot penis.
Yes, I'm currently just,
Robot prostitute from the future. Burn it. Burn it.
Yeah, so a lot's happened, obviously. We can get into that, obviously, as we discuss.
Yeah, I'm going to let chat a little bit more show up. Maybe 4 more minutes.
Yeah, we'll go for 4 minutes. We'll start dead on the... I actually didn't do that bloody recording like I was supposed to.
Pete?
Tit. I am an idiot. Alright, we'll do it now. It's fine.
We'll do it live. Oh, my goodness.
Give me a test.
Testy. 1, 2, 3.
Testy.
That is a wonderful joke from Austin Powers 3.
Really? I would never have guessed.
I know.
So, right, let me just give this a quick look. 2 secs. Entertain the audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna not say.
Yes, mate. Love it.
The funny thing. That's right. Brent did, in fact, paid for and planned for a cruise, which is insane to me. I've said this before on the podcast, and I stand by it. I would much rather be in the ocean than on a boat for some reason. I think it's a control issue. Like, I don't ride roller coasters and stuff either, and it's all because I'm not in control of it. Like, I'm not scared, but I'm not in control. Whereas if I'm in the ocean, I can swim away from the big things that eat me, I guess. I don't know. I haven't thought this out. Although, as I said before, there's some cruise ships out there that are, like, insane. They're like little tiny mini floating cities. And I have to say, during the zombie apocalypse or the next plague or whatever post-apocalyptic thing happens, I'd like to be on a ship, I think. I think it's your safest place.
Unless every single zombie is on that ship.
And that's
then it's the worst place in the world.
Exactly. I was thinking that too, but then you can jump off and swim. Find an island where there's nobody and then survive on coconuts. I think too much.
Wow, it's almost like being bedbound for 4 weeks has made you think about life a bit too much.
Oh, it's funny you should say that.
No, wouldn't have guessed.
Yeah, I have my next book idea. I have my next marketing idea. My next video personal video, they'll be making that this week. It was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, if I gotta be sick and in pain, at least I'm creative.
Well, lucky you, because usually when I'm sick, I do nothing.
Oh my gosh! Like I
Can't
said,
use my brain, nothing.
We'll go into it more on the podcast, but yeah, that is a life-changing, altering event. Not a word of a lie there.
Let's be honest, because I haven't even heard the full details.
Yeah.
Because you used to say because
you're the only person I talked to, by the way, during that whole time. Pete, I was gonna say I'll say this on this, but Pete was the only person that checked on me personally. Not just, I mean, our listeners and chat people, they always gave well wishes. But I mean, in my personal
when I posted
circle,
up that message saying, "Oh yeah, we're not doing this because you're still sick."
Yeah, but in my personal circle, which is very small, Pete's the only one, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, because I worried whether or not you were even coming back to do a podcast.
I knew it wasn't about me at all. No, I'm kidding.
No, it was
I'm
about
kidding,
you, but it was. I know, but I did have to check to make sure that things were still going ahead.
Yeah, and it almost didn't. And again, we'll get into that.
I know. Why do you think I worried?
Bum bum bum. I guess we'll go. Oh gosh. Okay, I might have to find my mute button. I guess we'll go
Hiccups?
live. No coughing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mine?
So the mute button.
No, I'm
right?
not using that one though.
Oh,
I'm using
yes.
this headset.
God damn it! Why can't you use it?
I need to because also this headset has like volume thingies on it. I obviously can't see them, and I'm not gonna take it off because my hair is terrible right now. Priorities, but look, it's got really cool colors though.
Ooh, first time chat. Oh, bye.
Band hammer it. Doge.
How do you do that now?
Oh yeah, because Twitch updated. We'll talk about that too.
Right. Quick reply. Yep. Thanks. Helpful. Well, helpful. Cheers for that. Gift a sub. No. Flag. Manage suspicious user.
Yes.
No. Can't remove chat. Annoyingly enough.
Can I do anything on my end? Let's find out. Nope. I can only reply.
Yeah, me too.
This is crazy.
No, it's because it's clearly something to do with the... Because they've even pinned the message.
Yeah. No, you can't do that. No.
Delete this mess. Haha!
Nice.
Figured it out. If you pin it, you can delete it.
Oh, okay. Do that then.
Yeah, so I was just trying to do that, okay? See? One message deleted by a moderator. That's me. I'm Ralph.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on.
That threw you off a fair bit, didn't it?
And I know we're probably frozen. Don't worry about it. I'm fixing it right now. Listen, oh gosh.
Dramatic effect.
But I had a window open that I didn't want to. No, I'm kidding.
Can you look? Now is not the time for porn.
Every time is the time for porn. Of course, I'm going to say that, and so it's going to totally misunderstand me, and my inbox can get flooded with gross stuff.
Yeah, plenty of prawns.
All the prawns. Nope. Nope.
Right, are we ready?
Are we ever? But yeah, we're going to go live and then talk more. Okay, and then chat as you recording. Filter in, you know.
Cool.
God,
I am recording now.
Sleepy. Can you see my glitter? Anyway.
A little bit. Okay, so we're going to start in unos. Oh no, that's the wrong way around.
Yeah. Tres.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it. 3, 2.
Welcome to the New Year's edition, 2023 episode on the 15th of January, I might add.
146.
Yep. Well, Rapid Reviews Radio episode 146. That threw me off. Ah, darn it. Anyway, yay! Welcome.
Should we restart?
No, let's go with it. You know what?
Okay. As brilliant as ever.
2023 for me, and I was going to talk about this anyway, but 2023 for me is all about authenticity. So you know what? I made a mistake. Okay, but it's cute and funny. So we're going to keep it.
Cool. Fine. Sounds good to me. Less editing for me.
There you go. But, welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio, episode 146. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde, and I am joined, as always, by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett.
Hello.
So, like, I do this flashy, and Pete's like, howdy, hello, yo.
What did you expect? Me to start bringing out the batons and start singing a show to you? It's like,
please do, Pete.
We're here.
Pete, I would worship that. I would put it on. That would be my comfort video. Wait till we talk about that. But chat is.
Well, do you want me to start singing "Make 'Em Laugh"?
Oh, I love that song. That's one of my favorite movies, "Singing in the Rain." If you ever seen it, oh, it's so good.
Yes. Yes, I have.
It is so good. I love that movie. And I can't stand them. Um, but
Don't, because I start. I'll get into that later on anyway.
we have a lot to cover. Guess what, gang? Not in the actual meat of the podcast, but our intro. So the intro is going to be a bit longer. So if you're one of those people who don't like the like human talky talk stuff, that's not usually our listeners. But you can skip ahead to the like topic at hand. I don't know the time skip thing because I can't see in the future, and we're about to talk now. But
thanks for giving me more work as
yeah,
usual.
exactly.
Thanks for that.
But chat is filling up. It's making me very happy. But before I go into my long ramble, because we have been gone for 4 weeks, and there is a reason. Pete, let's start with you. Let's talk. Let's catch up. And also, chat, I might be shouting. I can't tell.
No, not.
Okay. But let's catch up. Let's find out what you've been up to. And if you have any 2023 aspirations, which is fine if you don't. So how are you doing, Pete?
Well, I can't complain at all. Well, I can, but nobody cares and listens. So, big difference. Yeah, I would say I'm doing mostly all right. I'm still sort of fighting off some illnesses, because they keep going around and around and around.
Yep.
So it might be a bit sniffly and that. So sorry about that. Yeah, because it's been a while. Christmas was good. New Year's was all right. I was ill for New Year's, so I had to come home, which is annoying.
Yeah.
But one of the things that happened over Christmas, which I'm quite happy about, is my nieces and nephew have now got a Switch.
Oh, nice.
So there's been plenty of Mario Kart being played, and I've been teaching my oldest niece some of the shortcuts.
My goodness.
So yeah, today was basically spent on wireless play.
That's so cool.
Tethering to their console and playing with them on 50cc. So fair enough, like not my idea of fun, but
yeah, but it's the little ones.
I took no prisoners.
Teach them the lessons early in life.
Yeah, it's like that Justin Wong thing from ages ago where he runs into a really young online player on a fighting game. He's like, "You're going to learn today." No, I also was playing a bit of 3D World with them as well, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So, other than that, yeah, not a lot really to talk about. I bought a nice new microphone, as you can see if you're watching.
It's
you can hear it if you're listening. It is because I got mine on a discount, and yeah. Can we not dangle that?
I was gonna say, people always say don't do that on screen. They message me. Please don't do that. So.
Yeah, please don't. It's a bit weird. Thank you. It's completely thrown me off now. Thanks. But yeah, if you're seeing this, you'll be able to. If you're watching, you'll be able to see. If you're listening, you'll be able to hear. Hopefully.
Yeah, there you go.
So, also managed to get myself into a situation where there may be another podcast that I'm working on. So be careful of that in the future. And other than that, please go and check out the Turn-Based Cynics podcast, because last week, whilst we were unable to do a show, I guested on their show. I wasn't the biggest disruption as always, but it was a good fun chat, and we talked about the Steam Deck a lot. So yeah,
I was gonna say, it's our
go check
previous show guests multiple times. So
yes,
definite friends of the show.
Yeah, Rezo and Cold Death, who are very good chaps. So please go and check their show out and go and have a listen to that one and their back catalogue, because good times ahead. But anyway, that's me done. So Kylie,
do you have any forecasts for yourself?
I don't tend to usually do forecasting things like, or anything sort of
whatever
along those lines as well.
Resolutions or whatever.
Resolutions, but my goals for the year obviously is to move into a space that is called my own. So that will hopefully be happening at some point this year.
Yeah, or at least the steps will be in the.
Well, yeah. So if obviously we have to go on a hiatus for a while, at
It'll
some
be a
point
good
this year.
reason.
You may know why. Well,
Yeah.
that'll be the reason why. So that we'll
Yeah.
we'll pre-warn you ahead of time with that anyway.
Yeah.
So, but that's me. Yeah, I don't tend to do resolutions because
Yeah.
anything I want to change, I'll just change.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, not to be boring right off the bat, which I'm about to be anyway. But yeah, I've never been like when I was younger. Yes, because I'm a goal-oriented person, and so I was like, okay, New Year's resolution, New Year, new me. But I haven't done that for a decade.
Yeah, it's been a while for me as well.
I think moving to Northern Ireland was one of my goals, and then I did it, and I was like, okay.
Cool.
But do you want to catch up chat before I launch into my...
Sure thing. So, Nana put hello just as we started. So, hello.
Howdy, Nana.
So Brent, Apophis89 put my 2023 theme is health. That's probably a good one.
I think that's a very good one. Absolutely.
Nana then followed that up by saying my 2023 is not screwing up.
Well, I mean, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Brent then put, to be honest, the cruise was the biggest thing for the year currently. Then Nana chased that up. Said week was kind of stressful, had a job interview, and a bunch of other stuff happened as well. Though. So,
well, I hope it was a
well
good
done on the job interview.
Yeah, I hope it was a good one. Hope it was what you wanted and also was successful. I am going to test the volume of Twitch right quick because I just don't trust my... Pete talk.
I am talking right now and I can hear that, by the way. I am talking right now and I can hear that, by the way. You're fine, I told you.
I know, but I had to be sure. Had to be sure to be sure.
Well, it's not like I could hear it in a backup recording.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, gang.
Look at the kind of trust that I have to put up with.
It's my cynicism, my natural cynicism. I am a cynic after all.
Well, me too, but I still trust the word of someone I trust.
There you go. You do words good, Pete. But,
wow, almost like I'm a review writer.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we've been on.
Oh, so what happened with words being good?
Hey, me no words, no good, never.
Coming from the published author.
Yeah, I guess never. Award-winning, by the way. Award-winning published author.
I didn't know that, otherwise I would have said it.
But I have been gone for quite a while, and I'm actually starting to feel why. So, as people know, okay, so you're just going to have to stick with my very scattered brain. It's very scattered, and this is like, outside of a new friend of mine, this is the most human contact I've had in like a month, so just hang in there. So I've never made it a secret that I'm not a big fan. That sounds so mean. That's not really what I mean. Christmas is very tough. I said that on our last podcast. It's very tough on some people, and I'm one of those people. Anniversaries of deaths and birthdays and all that kind of stuff. It's all there, and you secretly want like a big family, but you have zero family. So it all kind of, it was rough. I have to say, I think 2022 Christmas was the hardest one I've ever had, and I don't know why. Not my point of the story. But, so having said that...
Look, can I just be honest here? I think I know why, but I wouldn't discuss that with on air, obviously.
I will say that you are correct, but no, we're not going to discuss it.
No, but I know I'm like on the money. I'm probably on the money there, right?
Yeah, you are. But having said all of that, I was kind of pulling through Christmas, kind of getting there. I guess it was the week of Christmas. And I can't remember. And I started running fever, and I was like, you have to understand, I don't get sick. Like, I don't get sick. I just don't. I just never have. I had the flu once 10, 11 years ago before I left Texas. And that's like the sickest I've ever been in my life, and even that wasn't like crazy. So the first 3 days actually weren't bad. Like, I was so sore, like all my joints and everything. I was like, whoa, is this me? I'm getting old? And then everybody's like, no, it means you have the flu. I was like, oh, okay. So, and
Phew.
yeah,
Good to know I'm not getting old.
yeah.
Oh, wait.
Just a life-threatening illness. Uh, but and my fever went really like scary high. And it was a little scary there for a couple days, but then I was like, okay, no, okay, I'm cool now. But then okay, it's like the end of the week, so about a 1 week thing. But my throat was kind of hurting, so whatever. Maybe it's drainage or whatever, blah blah. I don't know. I don't think that much about being sick because I never get sick. All I know is like the next day or the day after that, I woke up in the most pain I've ever had in my life. And that is saying something. Because don't forget, I had surgeries and stuff. And I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong. Now you have to remember, my wonderful friends, Romans and countrymen. I basically live alone. So this whole time, I'm like, oh my gosh. If something happens, like, there's nobody here that, can rescue me or whatever. And so eventually I called my GP, which is very difficult to get a hold of over here in Northern Ireland. I don't know how it is for the rest of the UK, but Northern Ireland is not good right now with the NHS and the medical stuff.
Let me guess. You have to ring through to your GP surgery. Hope to heck that you can get through.
Before 8:30.
May have to try and call back about 20 times to get through.
But you have to do
and
this
then
before
when you
8:30.
but then when you do finally get through, they say, okay, they will call you and then do a telephone consultation, which is an absolute joke, by the way, especially if you've got a life-threatening illness.
And
it's
also,
like, I need to see someone, not discuss it over the phone.
And especially when your throat is so swollen, you can't actually talk. And it was awful. And normally GPs are great, and I just I'm so indebted to the NHS forever for the rest of my life because they saved my life when I first got here. But it was not a nice talk. Basically, he was like, I'm going to give you these really powerful antibiotics that you have to take for like 2 weeks and hope for the best. Because
they're basically going to kick your ass.
Yeah, because like normally to test for strep throat, and that's what he suspected I had, you have to go in for a test. But nobody wanted to do that. We'll just guess. And then I was like, okay, well, if I have strep throat, which I never had before, apparently it's one of the most painful things, and if that's what I had, holy crap, like I have a very high tolerance for pain. This was in insane land. And I was like, well, can't you give me just anything? He's like, oh, take ibuprofen. I was like, are you insane? Are you actually insane?
Well, because what he's saying to take ibuprofen because it's like a swell or it's swollen throat.
Well,
so obviously
but
it
he
would
was
reduce
like,
the swelling.
Well, I couldn't even swallow. So he's like, can you swallow? I was like, no, dude. And he's like, okay, well, I'll give you the liquid version of the antibiotic. And I was like, well, what can I do for pain? And he's like, take ibuprofen. I was like, are you kidding me? Can't you give me just a one-time anything? I haven't slept for like 3 days. Can't you do something? Nah, you'll be fine. And then get the logic of, I'm giving you liquid antibiotics, but you need to take a big giant horse pill ibuprofen. And then the pharmacist tells me, oh, I don't have a liquid version. Can you just suffer? Can you just suck it up and do the... And I was like, I mean, do I have a choice? And he's like, no. Like, I guess so. And
thank you, Mr. Pharmacist. This is really helpful.
Yeah, so the next 2 weeks, and I hate to keep harping on this, but you have to understand, I never get sick, so this is all new experiences for me. Some of you are like, Kylie, this is like normal stuff. It's not for me! But it took 2 weeks, and even now, you can kind of still hear it in my voice. But at the beginning of the week, I was still sounding like terrible, and I couldn't even talk for like, longer than an hour, and my voice would just go. Like, my voice hurts right now. My throat hurts right now.
Oh,
Um,
I know, because
but it's
I got the
insane.
message from you saying we might just have to keep it to an hour because I can't
Yeah,
talk
I
more than
can't
that.
talk
And I said,
much.
don't worry, I'll do the heavy lifting as
Yeah.
usual.
And wait, Brent, what? That doesn't
Yeah, I
make
was
sense.
confused by that too, but I want further clarification.
Yeah, make that make sense for us.
He
Um,
said I used to get strep a couple of times a year. Then they removed my sister's tonsils, and I never. She was a carrier.
ah, see, I kind of looked up strep because it was because I'm a nerd and that's what I do. It's very fascinating. I mean, as far as infectious diseases go, uh, but it's going around Northern Ireland, real bad right now. The good thing
Yeah,
is,
it's doing the rounds.
yeah, the good thing is I won't get this version of flu and strep throat again for like 10 years. So, um, all I know
That's
is,
low.
yeah, all I know is that was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. 4 weeks shut indoors by myself in bed, which did give me lots of creative stuff. And then I kept trying to go back to the gym, and like I would get out of bed as best I could. I'd get to the door, and my legs would give out, or I'd start coughing my brains out, and I was like, okay. I guess today I will go to the gym because that's what it sounded like I'd been smoking for 50 years. But that was terrible. It was awful, and I never want to experience that again. But in kind of funny, better news because I'm about to drink it right now. I had an American friend. My American friends, they like to visit the UK, and then sometimes they'll do like a quick flyby over here in Belfast. And they were actually in Scotland. And they were
Nice.
like, uh, people don't realize, like, yes, I'm exceedingly proud of my Scottish heritage, but like Scotland's not an exotic place to me. I've been there so many times, but it's the thought that counts, and it's the heart and all that stuff. But yeah, I got this wonderful uh, whiskey glass.
Oh yes,
I don't
very
know if it
nice.
can see it. Because I'm actually Kylie Wilde is the stage name. McLeod is my real name, and there is so much McLeod merch because it was such a big clan, and also the movie, you know. Um, but they brought me that, and they brought me some whiskey, which is gonna be good on my throat. So I'm about to drink
Wow,
it.
that is a small bottle. I wasn't expecting it to be that size.
Oh yeah, it's tiny, but it's expensive too.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, I sort of
For
expected
our
that. It's,
for
I mean,
our
I can see
viewers.
10 years aged.
Yeah. Huh. I was hoping that would be clear, but it's not. Nah.
Well, yeah,
But
Edinburgh
anyway.
Castle, very nice kind of whiskey, actually.
Oh yes, it smells
Not my
wonderful.
kind because,
Yeah, because Pete doesn't drink. Let's see. Let's see. Oh.
well, not even just that, but also because the last time I drank whiskey, I was sick for 3 days solid,
Oh.
like literally sick.
It smells so good. Anyway, uh, but there is good news. I want to make sure everyone knows this is not a sad, you know. And also, let's just talk about Kylie being sick, boring piece of crap. Uh, no, there's like good things came of it. A lot of ideas. So I've got a lot of stuff coming up in my personal life, and also I made a friend, which everyone like normal people are probably like, yes, Kylie, I make a friend every day. But all the autistics in the audience are like, yeah. But I'm very excited about that. Um,
Mm.
and I just hope it's a non-gamer. So it's be interesting to see how that goes.
Yes.
Might teach him how to play. Maybe I don't know. That's my inner circle. So you know, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And then God, I had something else I was gonna say. I am so tired already. Yeah. Pete, take over for me while I pour this because I've literally just brain went floop.
Okay, so great introduction there for me to sort of to reveal what we're talking about today. Great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the first episode of the year. It's obviously going to be difficult to sort of ease back into things. Not a lot of news over the Christmas period and subsequently in the beginning of January.
Yeah.
So I figured we'd do something. Well, it's kind of become habit to do now. We're going to cover the first 6 months of games that have been confirmed to release.
That is so
That
good.
looked like it was strong.
It is good. It is Scotch whiskey, which is
It
Scottish.
is
Sorry,
different.
I meant Scottish. It is Scottish is so much stronger than Irish.
Nah, really?
Yeah.
Oh God!
It's my preference, but holy crap.
Please, honestly, don't black out on the recording because that would be difficult
I ain't making
to
no
edit out.
promises. God, I wish I could remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna end it on this like really happy, perky note, and it just like went away.
What goals for the year?
That was it, Pete. You read my mind.
This is why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Why we work.
Yes, but I actually said this. No, I said it on air. But for me personally, again, I don't really do resolutions and all this kind of stuff. But I am absolutely. I've been kind of working through some stuff. I've been doing some self-help stuff, which I love doing. And I'm fighting my perfectionist side, which is why I said what I said during the intro, and I'm sticking to it. 2023 for me is 100% about authenticity. Because I was reading this cool thing, and again, I know it seems boring to some people, but there's a lot of you out there who reach out to me. Yes, okay, now I'm back on track. Reach out to me behind the scenes, and one of the things that you guys have highlighted to me in the past is the "We Got This" segment. Now, we stopped doing that only because we were doing "We Got This" Fridays.
Yeah, that's gone by the wayside now.
Yeah, because I mean, well, people have lives, and I don't. Other people do. But lockdown's over. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's be honest, it sort of got us through the lockdown.
Yeah, that's
period.
what it was
Quite
totally
a long
for.
period of time.
But that means that I'm gonna bring "We Got This" back to our podcast. But it's a very short little thing, and stuff. But I do still feel very strongly that mental health is, if you don't have your mental health, you don't have anything, you know? And so I've been working on mine. And what you learn is if you've come from like a traumatic background, we'll say this, because I know a few of you do, because we've talked about it. What you tend to do, depending on your environment, is humans are born with instincts. If you're from a traumatic background, you learn to not trust those instincts and do the opposite of what your instinct says to do, because that's how you survive. I have decided, not this year, Satan, not this year. Instead of doing the opposite of exactly what my instinct tells me to do, I'm going to do exactly what my instinct says to do. I'm just going to do it and see what happens. Act an adventure, I might as well have an adventure. So you'll probably see a lot more of me being goofy on the podcast, or if you're a watcher at Rapper Reviews, or twitch.tv/Rapper Reviews, you might see me stimming, which is an autistic thing. Because that's, why not? Why not just live with no whatever limits? Whiskey's kicking in. But anyway, so that's my 2023 thing. And if you want to join me in that, feel free to. It's just authenticity. It's just doing what your instinct says, not concentrating on what people think of you or being perfect or having everything just right. It's just living and just experiencing, being human, feeling, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Can I be honest with
Yes,
you here?
you can.
I don't need to do this.
But you do that anyway.
Well, I've made it a thing, and this was quite a while ago after some certain incidents happened, that I wasn't gonna second guess myself anymore. I wasn't gonna try to change. I wasn't gonna change for someone else who didn't give a crap, basically. So if people didn't like the real honesty, that's their problem. It's not mine.
Yep.
You know, I've come to the realization that I think people much prefer to hear the brutal honesty than the absolute lying sack of crap that I used to be.
Yeah.
You know, oh, it'll be all
Flattery.
right.
Yeah.
It'll be great. Yeah, yeah, you'll do fine. No,
Hmm.
sorry. If I say something and you don't like it, that's not on me.
Now see,
You asked for my honesty.
mine is a little bit like that because what Pete is saying, again, Pete has read my mind and hit the nail on the head. That's exactly where I was going with it. But see, I'm a little bit the opposite of that in that if you know me, and Pete knows me, well, if you see me out in the world, you think that I'm kind of mean, standoffish, cold hearted, a B word, all this kind of stuff. I'm actually not. I'm a big goofball who does stupid, cringy things.
Yes.
And in fact, I had my new friend. He posted to his social media. My first instinct is to not. Well, no, my first instinct is to reply with like a happy face and like woo kind of things. That's my first instinct. But I fight against that and go, oh no, that's too cringy. It might upset people. He might feel awkward. Blah 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 blah. It might upset his wife. You just don't know. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna post this because he's my friend and I support him. And all this. So I just did it. And guess what? The world didn't collapse and fall in on itself.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, almost like I've been telling you for about a year.
Yeah, just be yourself and maybe people will like you.
There you go. What I think I didn't say it probably quite along those lines, but I did say to you, you are a real person, so be real, basically.
Yeah. You always try to tell me, like, basically, and this is my words, not Pete's words, but basically the world sees me one way, which is very cold-hearted, standoffish, whatever. And Pete's like, you're not really like that. He's told me that for years now. We're like in year 3.
Since we started the bloody podcast.
Yeah, like the first day. He's like, you're not, like, you're, like cool and
you're
stuff.
not a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say that to make extra work for you, but you made it for yourself.
I don't care. Look, I don't care. If I wanted to be real, I'll turn around and I'll say this podcast is never getting effing edited, but
I know, I wish. But we've been
self-edited.
asked not to. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it was a collective decision between us and Mike, to have it as accessible to everyone.
Exactly. Pete took the words out of my mouth.
Sorry.
But anyway, so all of that, nonsense. Well, you know what? It's not nonsense. It's from the heart. See, I'm gonna be honest.
No, be real. Stay real.
And that was all from the heart. I am gonna bring back "We Got This" because so many of you have told me it is really nice to hear those words at least once a week. And I am all about positivity and helping people, especially if you have self-doubt and that kind of stuff. I'm like, almost cussed. I'm like there. I am your cheerleader, and you will see more stuff from me about that, especially this week, because that's my goal. So be ready for that in the coming weeks. We got this stuff.
Yes.
But I think that was actually what I meant to end it up on. But
look, it's fine. Extended, we've got this section.
There you go. That was the first of the new year, the 2023 We Got This edition. Probably call it that. That's a good time. But this literally, you can smell the peat in it. Peat.
I don't smell that bad, do I?
Oh no. Pete's in my drink. I meant more like the peat moss, but yeah.
I'm
peat
totally
moss would
aware
be a
of
great name. Like just in time. Peat moss. Anyway,
Yeah, can we not talk about famous Justins? Because I could go on a rant.
Oh, we are going to be talking about that. I have so much to say about
I
that.
am not. I am choosing not to.
I have a lot to say about it.
Can we do it after the episode?
I'm being 2023 authentic. Well, look, I'll just say this really tiny little quick part without going into anything.
Mm-hmm.
I downloaded High on Life last week to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I just deleted it before we started.
I didn't download it and had no intention of probably playing it anyway,
Yeah.
despite thinking it looked decent. And then you told me about what happened, and I went, I'm definitely not playing it now.
But if you want to talk to me
And
about it, I can.
yeah. Well, there I was hoping to finish Community, and now I can't. Thanks.
Yeah, well, I had my Dan Harmon problems anyway. But
Yes, I know, but still.
Anyway,
moving on.
Over to Pete. We're done with We Got This for this episode, but it will be coming in the future. That's what she said. And so Pete, take us into the new year.
Hooray! We're in the new year. It feels like a new year. Same old me.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I ain't changed. I will say this, though. I will say this. I can't help it. I will say this. I lost 12 frickin' pounds being sick.
Amazing.
I was like, on one hand, I'm really happy because my waist looks really nice. But on the other hand, that meant I nearly died. I was really sick.
It takes nearly dying to have like an epiphany about life, I guess.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did. I've been doing so much thinking. Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. We are moving on.
Jesus, help me. What do I do with my life? Change.
Change everything about yourself.
Be real.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway.
Yes.
Now that we've ruined like our goodwill with all the religious fundamentals.
Everybody's turned off. Like no one's stuck around this long. Anyway, let's get to the actual meat of the podcast.
I do. No, I'm not saying.
Oh dear.
Right, we're
gonna.
Dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know. I realised what I was gonna say. What is it about this podcast that brings the nut out in me? Honestly, it's so weird.
I'm not touching that, literally or figuratively.
Yes, I know, and you've now put Coke in your whiskey.
It's too strong.
I need to water it now because I'm such a pussy.
No, I watered it down because it is already look at my eyes. I'm already getting giddy.
I can see it.
So I'm like thinning it out so that like I can drink it during the whole episode, but not so that I'm passed out.
Fine. Okay, so I'm going to move this swiftly on because it's been nearly 35 minutes of talking.
I'm so sorry, but also I'm not.
No, I took a fair chunk of it up as well by being an idiot, so
no,
you know.
Never.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the first 6 months of releases that are confirmed with release dates, cover the platforms that they are on. We're going to pick out a certain selection of ones that probably, resonate with us a little bit more and talk about them. If there's nothing on that docket, we'll move on to the next month. So this is something that we've done for the first podcast of the year for the last year or so.
Yeah.
And later on down the line, once we get more confirmed release dates, we'll do a second half of the year. We didn't do that last year, which we should have done.
Also, I meant to say this in my long rambling intro. Pete, the whiskey is like hitting hard.
Continue.
Okay, so you guys know I love Call Me Kevin, which is a Let's Player.
Well, mark your bingo cards off if you got the first of the year in the first episode. Congratulations.
And yes, I still love Call Me Kevin, and please go check out his stuff. He's had a hard year, very rough year, mentally. Again, this is also why I was thinking about mental health. Oh, my heart just goes out to him. But I found somebody else too to watch, in addition to, not to replace my wonderful Kevin, but it's I Am Krusty on YouTube, or The Fabulous Krusty, which not today because I'm too drinky. We might what is it called? Raid. We might raid him one night. But what, Pete?
I was just raiding, getting my sword ready.
But if you love chaos Let's Players like I do, which is Call Me Kevin and Let's Game It Out and those types of stuff, okay, he is literally, it's like if Matt Berry was playing video games.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I've been watching some of the Hitman stuff going, Pete would like this. Pete would like this. It's hilarious. He's so naturally funny. So, yes, that's my Recce for 2023. I am Krusty.
Cool.
Okay, continue on now.
I'll give you a recommendation of a TV show. I'll do that.
Oh, yeah. We will do that. Yeah. At the
yes.
end. Yeah.
Yeah, because actually, funnily enough, going back to the Christmas period, something I know that you love, so I decided to watch a couple of the movies.
Right?
I now know what Marilyn Monroe was like as an
Oh.
actress.
We will definitely talk about that after video games.
Yeah, so I watched Some Like It Hot,
Okay.
and what was the other one? I cannot remember what the name of it was. I'll go back and look at it, but I
Some Like
really
It Hot
enjoyed them
is
both.
my absolute favorite, and then 7 Year
Hilarious,
is my
utterly
second favorite.
hilarious.
It's so good.
I think
And
it was the 7 Year Itch I actually did
okay,
watch.
those are my two favorites. And Some Like It Hot. I know we were totally gonna talk about this after video games, but Some Like It
Hmm.
Hot actually holds up today. I mean, remember it was made in the '50s, so there's a little bit of, but
Yeah,
that
very late
ending,
50s, early 60s, isn't it?
that ending is very modern. Put it that way.
Oh, it's crazy. That film is just manic, isn't it? It's so all over the place, but it's hilarious.
It's so beautiful. But that's not the point. Let us go on with video games.
Okay, I thought we were going to talk about video games, not a certain guy named James, but hey. Hi, hi James.
Ha!
Uh,
I'm video James. Anyway, yes.
oh. Anyway, yeah, so of this list, any that you feel you want to talk about in a bit more detail, because there might be a demo out, or it might have taken your interest a little bit, you crack right on.
I'm gonna be straight up honest. I'm gonna be 2023 honest now. 2023 authentic. I haven't touched my Xbox in about 4 months. I've touched that.
Hmm.
I've logged on, started to do stuff, and then just I don't know.
Oh my god, I actually didn't tell you about this. I'm sorry. I'm going
What?
to
That's
divulge
fine.
a little bit.
This is our first
Uh,
episode back. So.
so I finished God of War.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
I won't talk to you about that because I know you're not interested as much.
I think
It's
it's
not an Xbox.
beautiful, but I'm never gonna play it. I'm being dead honest here.
Yeah, so that's now no longer in my possession because it's now been lent to my friend Kurt.
Very good.
Yeah, but I did pick up a game over the Christmas period that might surprise you.
Right?
Live Alive.
Oh, right. Right. Why am I not surprised? You and I have talked about Live Alive
Yeah, I
before.
was really interested, but
Yeah,
it's a JRPG,
it is. Yes, exactly. It's the
and
only
you
one
know
you
how I
consider.
get
Yeah, exactly. So,
playing a JRPG, and
have you?
what the hell is wrong with me?
I was like, yeah. So have you started it?
Yeah, I've completed one section of it. I haven't played it any more than I did last week because
Right.
I'll be the first to admit I played a fair bit of it just so I could talk on the turn-based Cynics.
Right. Oh, right, right. Okay, that makes sense.
Makes sense with
Yeah.
them being,
Turn-based thing.
But yeah, the Western section, as short as it is, great fun. Very good fun.
Yeah.
It's great. I'd recommend it to anyone.
I'm glad to hear that for you. One thing I'm doing, see, I told y'all it was just gonna be like this. It's our first episode back after 4 weeks. One thing I'm doing this year for sure. Again, this is not a resolution. This is just up in there. I'm just gonna do it. I'm concentrating on my retro gaming stuff.
Oh.
Retro gaming collections because anyway, basically what I'm doing is I'm getting like a Famicom and Super Famicom. Like I'm trying to get everything because I'm gonna be doing the room up back there. It's on the other side as well. That's my media room, and I'm gonna be doing it up kind of like a museum, but a playable museum, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna get like a
cool.
CRT and everything. So yeah, you might see. That's the thing, and as we go into this list, it'll become more apparent. Like I said, I haven't really touched my Xbox. I've been mobile gaming constantly, like hardcore. And then this year I'll be upping my retro stuff, and I've thought about getting a Steam Deck even, and just going to town on that. But I think it's a very interesting phenomenon.
Something like a phenomenon.
Exactly. I think a lot of people are doing this as well. We're coming away from our consoles. I don't know if it's just the age group we're entering, or if it's just the time of consoles is kind of, I just want handheld, but not Switch for some reason. Switch still doesn't appeal to me. I tried it again. I don't know if you saw me come online. Oh yeah, I
No, because I
unfriended
don't
you
have
yet.
you as a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah, real tough chance of that happening because
I
I'll
know.
never see
I
you
was
on
gonna
there, so
say
it's
if I
rather
ever turn
pointless.
it back on again. Um, but yeah, so I think for me this year, now I'm again I'm guesstimating at this point.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna be handheld this year more than anything.
Get a Vita.
I was looking at them. I think
Get a
I am.
Vita.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get a Vita.
Uh, Let me tell you now
Mhm.
because they're very good
Mhm.
for So buy a Vita
Mhm.
first of all, but don't just buy one, buy two.
Okay. Why buy two?
Uh, Buy one for just the Vita itself,
Mhm.
and then buy one to mod it to have emulators on it because it is the
Yes.
best emulation machine out there,
You are correct there. Yeah. I will do that. That is
and
what
they're
I will do.
very easy to mod. Do
Yeah. Oh, I love modding. In
yeah,
game
yeah.
and hardware.
Yeah, thanks for that, Sony. You didn't care about it, so you've left it as a playground for modders.
But that's
Cheers.
why it's like the biggest like cult following of all
Oh, it
the
is, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Vita means life, unless Sony talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, nobody wants to play old games. Shut up, Jim Ryan. You don't know anything. Uh,
What, Lion Ryan?
I'm so
Look,
over him.
I could talk about that for
Uh,
months. Honestly, I really want to,
we
but we'll
may
cover that
have to
another
do an
day.
episode with that because, like, I just want to say with this acquisition, the Microsoft
You mean the
acquisition,
ABK shit?
all of that. I love Phil Spencer. Like, I already love Phil Spencer. We know this. I've never hidden this. He's amazing. He's like the dad I wish I had. No, that sounds terrible. Because I love my dad. But, like, he's a cool dad figure. And all my respect for him during this whole quote unquote fiasco has just he's just such a good guy. And he takes the high road every time. And he's so positive. So there you go. Confess my love for Phil Spencer on the show.
Brilliant. Okay, right. Games preview.
Yes.
Let's cover this.
Finally.
So, I will post this into the docket as per usual. So if you want to check this out, I had to use GameSpot for this one, unfortunately, but they're one of the only places that tend to have all console, not just PC.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I'm just going to run through the list. If anything takes your fancy and you want to stop and talk about it for a bit, carry on.
Okay.
But there's not going to be a lot on here, I
No.
think, that we're going to want to talk
I
about.
already
Apart
know
from
what
one,
yeah.
I'll bring it.
Mm-hmm.
So, starting the month off, which is now actually been released at the point of we've recorded on the 13th, which was One Piece Odyssey. Seems to be getting some somewhat favourable reviews.
To the hardcore fans, it is. I hate that animation style. I'm sorry. I love One Piece. Not obsessively.
I think it looks gross.
What?
I think it looks gross.
I don't like it. It makes Luffy look weird, so.
Yeah, exactly. I know that character, but even though never watching One Piece, and I think he looks weird, so, you know, anyway.
I don't like it.
Right, so next slew of about 4 games that we've got here. So we've got A Space for the Unbound, which is coming out on PS4, PS5, Series S and X, One, and PC on January 19th. Also out on January 19th, Colossal Cave, which is all the consoles, and Quest. But probably the 2 biggest games of the entire thing, which are coming to Game Pass. Yes. As well as Switch, PS4, PC, Xbox One. Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable.
Yeah, I thought of you, Pete. Are you going to pick them up and try them?
No.
No?
Don't need to. They're on Game Pass. I'll just download them.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, I guess. Okay, you know what, Pete? That's actually a good point. When I say pick games up, I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I just want to play semantics. No, to be fair, it's so you see this this big behemoth console behind me.
That's what she said.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about the Black Monolith.
Mm-hmm. Which I might be getting next week.
Has not been turned on in about 3 months.
See what I mean, people? And we're not the only ones. I've talked to other people.
No, because the PS5's been on, and I've played it a lot. The Switch has been on. Xbox, you need to release games.
Yeah, you really do. Because like every time I do go on to play my Xbox, I do have it in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I did though with High on Life? Like I came down here because this is where everything's set up. For now, Although that'll be going upstairs soon on my projector.
Oh yeah.
But I came down and I was like, all right, I'll just download High on Life and then go about my day or whatever. I downloaded it to my PC instead, and I don't like.
Yeah, that was...
I'm right here. It's right there. But no, I'd rather play on my PC. Something is going on. I don't understand. And it's not just me.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, there have been games that I've been tempted to play on PC rather than on console.
Fallout 4 I play on PC.
Look, I think this shows probably the change in mentality that I have had. Now, there is a game coming out in June that we'll cover later on, so I'll talk about that in a bit more detail about potentially where I'm picking it up.
Right, okay, right.
So we'll get to that. We'll get to that, okay? Because that covers our first 6 months.
Oh, right.
So,
okay.
Anyway, next up, January 20th, so day after Persona, which, okay, weird choice, but hey-ho. Fire Emblem Engage coming to the Switch.
People are going nuts over that.
The previews have been very positive so far. And what's weird to me about this, though, is that I've only started hearing now that people didn't like free houses.
Really? Because I thought...
But at the time, they were like, I really like free... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but...
They've got such a built-in fan base. That's weird.
Yeah, it's only since they've seen stuff with Fire Emblem Engage, they're like, yeah, maybe Free Houses wasn't that good. It's a bit strange, to be honest. Anyway, what the hell? I've just realised they've made a bit of a mistake with their listings.
Oh, right.
Because underneath January 24th, they've got January 2nd.
Okay.
There might be an error there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, on January 24th, we've got Warlander for PC. I think this might be the 24th because I haven't seen this advertised. It's NBA All World, which is on mobile.
Right.
And the big game, which is coming to PS5 as an exclusive for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And PC.
Mm-hmm.
Forspoken, the Square Enix game.
Forspoken, we've talked about this before so many times. There's part of me that is like so into it. Like graphically, it looks amazing. That trailer that showed a few months ago was so cringy and not the good cringe.
Are you talking about the one where there was a lot of dialogue?
Yeah, it's like...
And have you noticed that every single trailer since has barely included any dialogue?
Yeah, it was one of those, well, bet you wondered how I got here type of intro.
And I met a freaking dragon. It's like,
no. I was like, no, if you don't do that pure tongue in cheek, it takes a lot of talent to write like that.
It does. And
whoever wrote that was not, they didn't know how to do it, so it just came off as the bad cringy, and it was like, oh, I don't like this. But I kept telling myself that's probably not the dialogue in game. That was only for the trailer.
No, I think it actually is.
I hope not. I hope the writing isn't that cheesy.
No. So from what I've been hearing online about the demo that came out, oh, it's quite bad.
Oh no, because it does. Yeah. Graphically, it looked cool.
Like the setting looks cool. Like, and yeah, it was just the dialogue that was putting me off in a major way.
Oh, it's so bad.
But anyway, it's probably a game that I'm not likely to pay money for.
No,
so
I absolutely will not. No.
But I guess we need to have a discussion at some point about what the hell is even going on with Square Enix and Xbox at some point. So might be something worth discussing.
We'll do a Jim Ryan, Phil Spencer show.
Well, we'll just do a show where we talk about Xbox and PlayStation, I guess, in some way.
Remembering that I'm an Xbox fangirl, I may not be playing it, but it still has my heart.
So, Nana has just chimed in and said Forspoken is either going to make or break Luminous Studios, in my opinion, after Final Fantasy 15. Yeah. I have to agree.
I agree, 100%.
Okay, so next up on the docket, we've got Oddballers, which is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Shoulder of the Giants, which is Xbox Series X and Xbox One. Or Series X and S, sorry, and Xbox One. They're both coming on January 26th. Then, going to skip one because I've got 3 grouped together on the 31st, which one of them's a bigger game. I think two of them are okay, but there's a big game in between that I think is going to require a small bit of discussion. So we've got Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition coming to Xbox Series S and X, and Xbox One. Season, A Letter to the Future on PS5 and PC, and Superfuse coming to PC on January 31st. The game that I skipped is probably the biggest game of the month, I think. The Dead Space remake.
Yeah, I knew we were going to talk about that. So, if you've not lived under a rock or whatever, you know that Callisto Protocol bombed heavily. And we actually...
to say bombed, probably not the right word.
Well,
sales-wise, yeah, unfortunately it did.
And we actually had this discussion with our third amigo, Kieran, who was glad that he opted to purchase
Midnight Suns.
I was going to say Marvel Snap. I was like, no, okay. Whiskey brain, no.
You were close enough with Marvel as a problem.
Yeah. But because he was very excited for Callisto Protocol, if you remember, if you're a watcher and listener of this show. It was quite a disappointment. But having said that, the Dead Space actual remake looks good. Did you see the side-by-side comparison video?
Nope. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Like, you don't want to ruin the hype, or you know what I mean? Ruin the...
I've never played Dead Space,
right?
So
I didn't realize that.
I've got it, but I've not played it, and I was due to play it. So I'm sort of at the point where I'm like, I think I want to play it, but I don't want to see anything more on it.
I get that. I'm like that with movies, because movie trailers tell too much. So
I will tell you afterwards, but I have a link to potentially getting a code for it, so I might take that option up.
Yeah.
May take the option up. We will talk. I might talk about that another time. I'm not gonna lie. I need to pee real bad.
Wow, that's like literally never happened. It's usually me.
I know. So I might have to pause for a second.
Yeah, you pause. Check the time, and I will chat with.
No, I'm just gonna pause the recording anyway. So.
Oh, okay. I'll just chat with chat.
Okay. Sorry. 2 seconds. I won't be long.
All right. So.
This never happens.
Like it literally never happens.
Everything
He's got
else.
Haircut. You got a haircut.
Just before Christmas.
Nice.
Be back.
Yeah, I saw that gray hair. Or maybe it's just the lighting. See, Pete's only like a couple months older than me, so I have to be careful because I'm so worried if I'm like, oh, Pete's got gray hair now. Like, one day I'm going to have gray hair. What am I going to do? You probably won't tell, though, because my hair is white. So I'll just look like this when I'm 80. Yeah, so if any of the games that we have read out, are any of y'all into that? Because I'm totally not. I am not into any of those. I really think, again, I'm sure it's due to the pandemic, but we're just on such a lag of games, a dearth of cool games. Or maybe I'm just getting old for real, and I'm like, there's just nothing fun out, nothing that appeals to me or something. It's very weird. I would love to have some kind of like Lone Wanderer RPG, Fallout style game where I could just get lost for hours. I think that's why I'm watching so many Let's Players. Because a lot of Let's Players play Skyrim and Fallout and Hitman. Those are the main Let's Players that I watch. It's because that's the type of game I'm totally into. And it says, Brent says, I will probably try Dead Space Remaster when it hits Game Pass. Yes. And then Nana says, honestly, I'm using this year to catch up on the Steam games I've bought. You know what? I was actually thinking the same thing. And that's kind of why I was like saying, like the retro games and stuff. I'm like really concentrating on those. Because my library is so huge, and it's games I've never touched, and I really want to like get into the indie scene more, so we can talk to the indie devs and stuff. type of thing. And I'm just not feeling any of the major games, which you'll see as we continue this on. And it says, but there is this game coming out called Alice E-Shaped, which I'm looking forward to. Is that a Japanese game? Because that is a strange title.
Thanks, Brent. Yeah, I'm getting old.
I
Can't hold it any longer, you know?
forgot about. See, I thought you was talking about your hair. I didn't think about not being able to hold your pee.
Oh, what? Because of the grey hairs on the
yeah,
side?
you got a little bit of
yeah,
gray hair. I probably do too. I just don't know.
just off the both of you.
Yeah, but it looks so good on dudes. It does.
Yeah, I know it does. That's why,
Like,
why
it
some
doesn't-
people call it the silver fox.
Oh gosh, I was gonna say it doesn't age you guys. It ages women, but it doesn't age dudes at all. You could be like 26 with gray hair on the sides, and you're like, oh.
Well, I'm 34, nearly 35 with grey hairs. That's terrible.
I don't want to think about that, Pete.
No, let me. I know because we're the same age.
Exactly.
I'll tell you that. I'm older. Yeah, well, you can't play that card on me. I'm older than you.
Yeah, well, only by a little bit.
A few months doesn't matter.
It's 4 months. Yeah.
That's why I would. Yeah, that's why I said few, so it wouldn't give away anything. So, all right, okay, I'll count in to start the record again.
Okay.
So, sorry about that, guys. I was not sitting there for nearly another hour, desperate to be. Yeah, talking about being real. That's me being
there
real.
You go. That's it. That's Pete's biography, "Desperate to Pee" by Pete Beckett.
Thanks, Brent. Remember, 1/3 of men experience male pattern
Oh,
baldness.
gosh.
If my father,
thing. What?
well, if my father has anything to go by, maybe.
It's not father genetics. It follows your mother's genetics.
So,
So,
my dad's bald by choice, so.
well, that was my next thing I was gonna say. Like, men going bald, because like some of the dudes I've been in relationships with, they start going bald at like 21 or whatever, but they just look hotter. How is that? Why is a receding hairline hot and not on a chick?
Okay, I'm not letting you anywhere near my father then.
It's just weird how like the things that are hot on dudes, being that I'm a cis straight female, the things that are hot on dudes are not, in my opinion, hot on chicks, like receding hairlines or thinning hair or gray hair or the little Buddha belly that some dudes get. I just think that's so adorable.
Okay. Right, I'll count in. So I'm going to start recording in 3, 2, 1. There we go.
All right. So what's next?
Okay, so we're going to move into February.
Mm-hmm.
So, right, starting out the month on the 2nd is Deliver Us Mars, which is PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X. I have heard much about it.
I haven't heard much about it, but I will probably check it out because it's Mars.
Sure. 9th of February was Cheers, Clash Artifact of Chaos, which is PS5, PS4, Series. Look, I'm not even going to list all these consoles because it's coming to most. If I list it, then it means there's probably
just
not
list
many
it
it's coming to.
I was going to say, just say if it's an exclusive or not.
Sure. Okay, I'll do that from now on then.
I think I'm going to drink more whiskey, but that's it. I'm done after that.
Okay, fair enough. Now is... So we've got 2 games on February 10th. Wanted Dead, not an exclusive. And also not an exclusive, which is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh yeah, we won't talk about that one.
No, we will talk about that one.
I'm not playing it because I don't have any interest in it. That's the reasons.
I actually might.
Yeah. I know a lot of people in Rapper Reviews will be playing it.
Yeah, there's been talk of a potential review for it going, Anyway, I'm not going to play it for the same reasons that some people on the internet are going to play it, or I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to be dead against it for a certain reason. Mm-hmm. I might look at it as reviews get closer. I might play it. I'm not guaranteeing it yet.
Well, I have been very honest on this show that I've never read Harry Potter nor seen the movies.
I have.
And Pete has, and he enjoys them very much, so...
That's why I'm more interested.
I was going to say, so there is a connection there. Yeah.
But I'll be honest, like all the gameplay stuff didn't really blow me away that much, so I wasn't
Right.
that fond. So
Right.
it's obviously because it's
I mean,
for
it's an
some
MMO,
reason.
right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's not my kind of thing then.
nah, that's not your thing at all.
Anyway, so there is a game coming out for some reason on my birthday, uh, Blank, which is Switch and PC.
Right.
So for those in the know, that's February 14th.
See, I hate February, and I especially hate February. I hate being so negative, but I hate February 14th only because I've never celebrated Valentine's Day ever in my life, and I want to.
Do you want
But
me to go into a bloody rant about this again? Because I will do
I
it for
know
another year
we
in a
do it
row.
every year. Like, we literally have this discussion every year. But Pete's birthday is February 14th, and so I just, like, do that. Pete, I gotta send you your gift. It's really cool. I just was sick, and I didn't get to.
I did wonder about that.
You're gonna want to take pictures and show it off. I think. I hope so.
Okay. I did show you the Christmas present I got from Rachel, didn't I?
Yes, and it's
Yeah,
amazing.
cool. That will be going up in the background of
Yeah.
the new place.
Yeah,
It's
I
currently
know.
sat above my wardrobe, so
This is for your new place too. But anyway, that's
yeah.
all I'm telling you. I hate my
Anyway,
camera.
so I'm not sure why that doesn't have a date on it, but hey ho, I guess it's the 16th, so or the 17th. So we've got Theatre Rhythm Final Bar Line, which is for Switch and PS4 on February 16th.
Nope.
So for those not in the know, that is the rhythm game for Final Fantasy.
Oh, right. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
and then it's either the 16th or the 17th. Can't work this out because GameSpot have decided not to date this one. Don't know why. Which
Oh,
is
like
Tales
men
of
with me.
Symphonia remastered. Sorry.
Ah, I said like men with me. They've decided not to date me. Oh, listeners, if you could see Pete's expression, it is wonderful and classic. Should be an emote in the chat. But, yes, I've never heard of that game, Pete.
What Tales of Symphonia?
Oh,
The
yeah.
class-
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's because
Sorry.
you started talking over me
I
when I was saying.
did. I missed it. I thought you said something else.
No, Tales of Symphonia.
Okay. Yeah,
Part
I
of the
keep hearing
Tales
it as
series.
Tales. Yeah, okay.
No. Next up, 17th, we've got Wild Hearts. Not an exclusive.
Yeah.
It's just not coming to Switch.
Which, does happen.
Yeah. Next up, 21st, we've got a couple of games. So we've got Atomic Heart, which is not an exclusive, just not coming to Switch. And also not coming to the Switch, but is coming to PC too. Like a Dragon, Ishin.
Oh, yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the remaster or the remake of a game that's not been seen over here in the Like a Dragon franchise.
Yeah.
Which once used to be called Yakuza.
Yes, that's right. I keep forgetting that people might not know that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say.
Yes.
But you do know that Yakuza roughly translates to like a dragon.
Does it?
Roughly.
Huh.
So so the game, which
It's like
was
a
the
dragon,
first
like a
that came,
dragon?
yeah. So 7, which was Yakuza like a dragon, is like a dragon, like a dragon,
Oh, goodness.
which is hilarious.
That is good. That's very
Anyway,
good.
so the 22nd sees something very, very different. So I'm gonna go. This hasn't been listed, but this is the day that PSVR 2 comes out.
Yes.
So we're gonna have a couple of releases, obviously, that will come up as a result of this. So I had to put that in there. So we've got Cosmonius High. I can't say I've ever heard of it.
No, I definitely haven't.
Then so that was for PSVR 2. Yeah, so I think Nana has actually said something in the chat regarding that. So
Yeah,
the
like
name
that.
in Japanese, Ryu Gagagoto, roughly translates to like a dragon.
I knew
Yeah.
Ryu meant dragon.
Yeah.
Because I used to be in Ishinru Karate Do, which is the way of the dragon. Anyway,
Oh, nice. Very cool.
the fist of the dragon. But, yes,
Yeah.
keep going.
Anyway, so coming for Switch and PC 22nd, Digimon World Next Order.
Ah, did you?
Then we've got Horizon Call of the Mountain for PSVR 2. Then on the 23rd, we've got Blood Bowl 3, which is coming to everything but Switch. Company Heroes 3, which is coming to PC. Sons of the Forest for PC. And then on the 24th, we have Atloy Riser 3, Alchemy of the End and the Secret Key. What a name.
Yeah.
PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. Then we've got Kerbal Space Program 2 coming for PC. Unfortunately, I will not be playing that one. Screw you, Rockstar.
Oh, is that who bought them over?
Yeah, they completely screwed. Yeah, it was Rockstar that, or what's the Take-Two? Sorry,
Yeah,
that
Take-Two.
completely
I know
bought them out and screwed them.
I didn't know that. I mean, I probably did know that, and I've just forgotten because I'm sure we've talked about it. I mean, that's like.
I'm sure we have.
Yeah.
We did. We mentioned it on the show.
I'm
it was
sure.
a news story.
I bet
so,
we did.
And then on the 24th, coming to Switch only because exclusive. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I might pick this. I might actually pick this one up.
Good old
And then for Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC, we've got Octopath Traveler 2.
Oh yes.
On the 24th. Then on the 27th, we've got Scars Above, which has come to everything but but Switch.
Okay.
And then we have everything but Switch as well on the 28th. Destiny 2 Lightfall.
Oh yes.
New excitement.
Destiny, the game where you need to have friends.
Destiny, the game that I was grinding for ages and then couldn't be bothered to raid.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I love Destiny. I love the lore. I'm crazy about the lore. I love the gameplay, but it is a multiplayer. It is not meant for soloing, and I'm very solo. I just am.
Yeah, which is why I sort of discussed this on the TVC podcast last week, where it was like, yeah, I haven't really got anyone to play it with, and I sort of got bored of the grind, so.
Yeah, which I love grinding, but you need to have people to chill with, and maybe in the future when I make more friends, because that's my plan, is to hopefully make a gamer friend.
you may well do, and I hope you do, because I think you need someone to play Destiny with, which would be nice.
It would be nice. I mean, because again, I love Destiny. I think it's wonderful. But it's not for soloing.
Look, I tried. You know
did.
Me.
You did.
I gave it a good college try.
You absolutely did. Like, I cannot fault Pete for that at all. He did try. It's just not his thing, and that is okay. You know.
Yeah, definitely gives me vibes of I'll never ever like Borderlands. Then so.
Borderlands is so good though.
Yeah, but it's a looter shooter, so I wouldn't like it. If I didn't like Destiny, then there's no way I'm liking Borderlands.
Borderlands is the only problem, and I know we're completely rambling and go off topic, but is it just messed up it didn't have any lore, and then they had to hurry up and make up lore, which I've said that a million times.
Yeah, which is why Tales from the Borderlands is actually good.
Yes, exactly. But did you see where Deadpool's director is hired on to finish Borderlands?
Oh, is he?
Yep.
What, TJ Miller?
Yep, because it's in such a bad state. They think he can.
Oh, you mean the movie?
Yeah, the movie. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the new game. I was like,
no,
what?
No.
Okay, cool.
But which is kind of funny because Handsome Jack should be Ryan Reynolds if it's not the original voice actor who looks just like Handsome Jack. But Ryan Reynolds would be an awesome Handsome Jack. Anyway.
Can I just say that I'm bored of Ryan Reynolds being in nearly everything, so no.
Well, as I've said before, I love Deadpool, but that doesn't translate to I love Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds can be a bit much, like Justin Roiland was. But I have to say, Ryan Reynolds is narrating some National Geographic documentaries. I'm kind of into it. Into it. But we'll see.
Yeah. Look, I watched Welcome to Wrexham, and that was about as much of Ryan Reynolds as I could deal with. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's good in small doses. He's not actually Deadpool, which is what I have to remind myself. Because, I'm crazy about Deadpool, but then I'll Ryan Reynolds is in, what's that movie? Normal Guy or whatever it's called? Free Guy?
Free Guy.
Free Guy. And I was like...
Good movie.
it was okay. Like it wasn't great. It wasn't
Like,
bad, but it wasn't.
to say it's like I said, it's a good movie. Like
Yeah, that's
that
what I mean.
doesn't
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
like it's like, oh yeah, it's like it's middle of the road for me. It's
Middle,
sort of
yeah.
like
And I
it's
was
good
like,
to watch because it's easy to watch.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. But
Easy
anyway,
watching. Anyway, let's move on to
off
March.
subject again.
Speaking of which, because we're
Uh-huh.
getting very, very close to this anyway. So March 1st, day before, because I just want to mention this. This is day before something big comes tomorrow. And funnily
Okay.
enough, what's next up on the list?
Uh-huh.
The Last of Us for PC.
Oh, yes.
So the day before, March 1st, for Series X and S and PC, PS5, is the day before
Yeah.
The Last of Us TV show comes out tomorrow.
Yeah. That's confusing, but yes.
I know, I just thought that was
It's confusing
stupid.
to my
No,
whiskey,
March
but-
3rd, PC release for The Last of Us, the remake, the unnecessary remake.
Yeah, for the millionth. I don't know. I'm kind of divided. And I do want
Unnecessary remake.
we should talk about the show after it.
I think that might be what we cover next week.
Yeah, I think we should. We should just cover video game TV shows.
Yes, we should.
Yes, let's do that. That's next week.
Because there's more coming as well, obviously.
Oh, yeah. And
So.
I'm getting very tired.
Anyway, yeah. Also, on the 3rd of March, we've got Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
Right, okay. Right.
Bit interested about this one because I thought it looked pretty good. I think this is the one that's coming from Team Ninja.
Oh, right. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit more interested in that because Team Ninja do make some good games.
They do. They do.
Right, March 9th, coming to everything, including the Switch, Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse.
Oh, yes. Oh, good old Fatal Frame.
Yes.
That's a game. It may not be as fun to play as it is to watch other people play or Let's Players because it is crazy. It is cray-cray. It's
okay.
Japanese
Well,
game.
I'm definitely probably going to watch it at least. I might not play it because I've never played the Fatal Frame games.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're crazy. They are.
Yeah. Then on March 9th, we've got Oni, Road to the Mightiest Oni. Road to be the Mightiest Oni, sorry.
Right, okay.
That's coming for PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC. So no Xbox release on that one.
Okay.
Then again, on March 9th, we've got Peaky Blinders, The King's Ransom, which is coming to Quest, PC VR.
I wonder how that's going to be. You know, I might have to check it out. I don't even have a Quest.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
But if it's
I mean,
like VR Killian Murphy, I mean, come on.
March 14th, we've got The Legend of Heroes, Tales of the Two Azure. And March 17th, we've got Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon.
Yeah.
Which is coming only to Switch, obviously.
Yeah.
Also on March 17th, which is Game of the Year contender, Peppa Pig World Adventures.
I can't wait for that! Game of the Year!
I'm glad with the enthusiasm.
You watch me. I don't know how we're going to do Game of the Year format next year. I'll bring up Peppa Pig. That'll be my Game of the Year.
Please do. I think that would be hilarious if you actually did. Right, and then I think it's not the biggest game of the month, but it is probably one of the most anticipated sequels. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which is coming on the 17th.
See, this is another one. Where's Kieran? We need him here. He needs to talk about Caucasus.
Wrong.
What?
Because I'm excited.
Oh, good. Did you play the first one?
I own it, if you remember.
Yes.
It's still on my Xbox.
Right.
But I am going to take time over the next month to rectify that one because I think the time has come where enough time has passed and my hatred of Star Wars has now become annoyance. So...
I hope so, because you need to see Andor. You really do, Pete.
Screw Andor. I just want to play Jedi Fallen Order.
That too. There's some gems
No, I
in there.
don't care. Look, I'm sorry. Don't care about the TV. Don't care about the movies. I will play the game.
Okay.
We'll play the game.
That's a start, at least.
That's what I mean. Small steps, all right?
Yeah. Like, totally. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
plus, Ashoka's coming out.
Don't care.
I do. She looks amazing. But
Don't care.
yes.
Not really caring because when Disney took it over, they decided to completely annex the extended universe, and Ahsoka was part of
I
the
know.
extended universe, and now they're bringing her back, and it's like, what the frig are you doing?
I know, and they're bringing the bad company or
Bad batch.
bad batch. Bad company. I want to play that. I need to play that. Anyway.
Okay, right, moving on. So,
Yes.
just for Switch, Have a Nice Death on the 22nd of March.
Interesting. That sounds like an interesting title that I don't recognize.
So 23rd, Storyteller, which is coming to Switch and PC. Can't say I've noticed that either. Right, I'm skipping this one because I think this will require a bit more discussion.
Okay.
But on the 28th, we've got Chrome Boss, Rocky City.
Okay.
For PC, which is that weird game that Michael Madsen was involved in. The one that was about the Game Awards.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll
Did look like a pile of absolute shite, if I'm honest.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Yeah. And then also on the 30th, we've got Total Tank Generals for PC.
I'm not gonna lie, I know I shouldn't be, but I'm kind of getting into Total Tank.
Okay. I can see you playing that.
I'm like, there's some mobile games out there, guys, you should really think about.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, I played a little bit of World of Tanks, and World of Tanks is actually quite good.
I know, I feel so funny about that. There's also, not that you would get this, like no one else would do this, but there is a like tank, what was it? Like tank repair simulator or something like that. But it's Power Wash Simulator, but you go and dig up tanks on the battlefield and then clean them. Come on.
Kiley's Game of the Year.
Yes. I should have put that as Game of the Year last year.
I know. You missed out. Anyway.
So the one that I skipped over. Reviews reviewed it.
Sure, we did, yeah, but I'll go back and read that review in a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, the one that I skipped, March 24th, probably the biggest, I'd say the biggest game of the month. Maybe even the biggest game of the year so far.
Oh, so far, okay.
Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Yeah, okay, so I do want to talk about this one. I know we're going on long, but who cares? That's what she said. But Resident Evil Remake 2 was so good. Like, so good. If you like Resident Evil games.
Please remind me that I need to install that to play on PS5 before 4 comes out, because it's on my list of shame.
Have you played Resident Evil games? Any of them?
Yeah. I played Resident Evil.
Well,
I played 1, 2, 4, 5, 7.
More modern. Okay. Oh, okay. So you have played like 7. Okay.
Yeah, I played a bit of 7.
7 and 2 are much more like remake.
Yeah, that's why I want to play 2 remake, because it's on. Like I installed it on my PS4 before I got rid of the PS4. Played it for like about 10 minutes and was like, don't know.
Yeah.
And it's on my list of shame that I should play through.
Well, because that one was so good and I enjoyed it so much, I'm actually looking I'm looking forward to 4.
Yeah, you're looking forward to 4.
Yeah. The whiskey's really hitting.
Okay. So, did I ever tell you about the story of Resident Evil 4 when it first came out?
I'm sure you did, but what?
Me and my friend went and rented it from a Blockbuster.
Oh gosh, I remember those days.
As a fresh 16-year-old when it came out.
I remember when it came out, Pete.
Good God, like on the GameCube as well. Not even the PS2 version, the GameCube version.
Yeah, PS2 version here, but yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, the PS2 version was balked. It was terrible by comparison.
Well, I was gonna say I think they both were, but yeah, I know it wasn't good.
No, the PS2 version was never intended. It was supposed to be part of the Capcom 5.
Oh right.
And then Capcom just went, "No, we're putting it on PS2."
Oh my god.
Idiots.
I had a crush on this boy because of course I did. And I was like, oh, he's like, I don't like horror games. They're very scary. They scare me. And I was like, I'll be there. I'll protect you. And I was 15. I was so dumb.
So anyway, me and my friend rented Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube for the weekend, obviously, because it was like Blockbuster. You get like, I think it was a week you got for it. So
Oh my gosh.
we played it together,
Yeah.
and we completed it in one day.
Did you really? I
We
don't
did,
know that
yeah.
I completed it on my own. Well, it's not like I could spend the night at a boy's house.
It's
My
not
mom
the
would have had a
longest
cow.
game, you know.
Well, I'm trying to remember. Like, I think we played
About
3
8 to
hours.
10 hours.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was like, we played 3 hours together, and my mom
Yeah.
would have killed me. So, I must have finished it on my own then.
Yeah, so we completed it in one day basically. So I had 6 days of it left on the rental. So I took it home, and bearing in mind the guy literally lives down the road from me, so I was like, right, I'm taking it home, and I'm gonna go and play it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when I completed it, he went, I want to play it again. So he did.
Oh no, did he keep it?
So no, he didn't. He gave it back to me so I could return it.
Right.
Luckily, thank God.
Yeah, it's like, I've
But-
been there.
But it was the funny thing of the fact that we really enjoyed a certain section of the game that he actually saved it at the point so that he could keep going back and doing it again, which was the Krauser knife fight.
Oh gosh.
And it was incredible. It was so good. So I'm really looking forward to a Krauser knife fight in remake.
That will be okay. That'll be cool.
Yeah, they'll go completely
one.
insane with it as well, because if you've seen what they've done with the knife now,
yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, that is going to be mental.
Exactly. Oh, it's going to be so good, y'all. Yeah, chat's excited for it too. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I
don't know
pumped.
anyone that's not. Yeah.
Look, Resident Evil 4 is without a doubt my favorite Resident Evil of all time.
Oh,
love it. I love it so much, but I was having this discussion with someone on Twitter that I follow. He's a really nice guy on Twitter, actually. And he really does not like Resident Evil 4, so he's excited about the remake.
Right, I was going to say.
Whereas I love the original, like the OG version, so I'm a bit trepidous about the remake.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I've said this before, when we've talked about it before. The tank controls, well, at least on the PS2 at least, are terrible. On Resident Evil 4.
I think it works with Resident Evil 4 though, the original version. A lot of people say that.
Now, somebody did go back and play the original version not long ago. Someone on Twitter. I don't remember who. I know you did, but someone else did. But it was someone connected to us.
Yeah.
They went and replayed it, and they were like, "Oh no, tank! I've played too many modern games that it feels dated."
It really is hard to go back to, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and it was not easy back then. So I'm looking forward to the remake for the controls more than anything. But 4 is when I dropped off because as good as it was, the lore started getting real weird. And then 5 and 6 just went in La La Land.
Look, let me tell you now that I think 5 gets a lot of unnecessary hate.
I've never gone back to 5.
Okay, don't play 5 on your own, though.
Okay.
Never play 5 by yourself.
Okay.
Because it's a great co-op game. It's not a great single-player game.
Okay.
That's why I think it gets a lot of unnecessary hate, because people forget that the co-op aspect of it is actually quite incredible.
I was going to say, much like it is now, back then I also didn't have friends. I didn't make friends until Halo 3.
Yeah, I remember with 5 actually. I went, I took it round to a friend's house again.
Right.
We it was a night where I think it was a weekend. I stayed at his, so we just blasted through it the entire weekend. It was so much fun.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Especially Chris punching boulders. That's something.
Yes. That is insane, people.
No, it's the schlocky B-movie action nonsense, and it really plays into that. 5 is so funny.
That's the thing, and we really will move on. But that's the thing. When I played 5, I did not like it. I went back. Now, here we are, 20 years later, whatever. I don't know. No, it's like
14 years.
Is it 14? I didn't actually
think 2009 it came out.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good year. Halo came out 3 years
please.
before. 2
I know,
years before.
I know. Please don't remind me because I remember my blood red Xbox 360
I was
controller
gonna
and I want that damn thing back.
2009 was one of my favorite years ever. I was so happy back then. But nostalgia, it's not what it used to be. My
No.
point being, what was I talking about? Oh, then so here we are all these years later, and I saw someone say that on Twitter. You have to see it as a B movie, which I love. B movie schlocky, kind of like what Pete's just now saying. Suddenly, it all changed for me, and I was like, oh, maybe I should go back.
You
know?
should.
With
Look,
that
if
mentality.
okay, so you know that they're on Xbox, right?
Yeah.
I'm buying 5.
All right.
I'm gonna buy 5. So if you do, we'll play it co-op together as a laugh.
Yeah, let's do that for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that would
Because
be
I need
fun.
an excuse to go back on the Xbox, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I know. See, and no, I don't know. We'll talk about that maybe next week or
Yeah.
something. But it
Yeah,
is
sure. Anyway,
But I'm
shall we
fading.
plow through this
Yeah,
last
because
bit?
I'm starting to get sleepy.
I know. So, right, April. We're moving on to April. We've got a couple of months to cover. We'll do these somewhat
Already,
speedy.
yeah. Go ahead.
Beat it. So we've got Grimoire once more. So PS4, PS5, Switch for on the April 4th. Then April 4th we've got Hogwarts Legacy. Wait, hang on.
Wait.
Why am I doing Hogwarts Legacy again? That's because it's the PS4 and the Xbox
Okay.
One version.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, they recently just announced that there was a delay to the older generation versions.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
those are good.
yeah, then on April 4th as well, we've got Meet Your Maker, which is coming to everything but Switch.
Okay.
April 11th, Process of Elimination, PS4 and Switch. April 14th, those Mega Man fans are eating well because Mega Man, the Battle Network Legacy Collection's coming to Switch, PS4 and PC.
Yeah, I think that
Then
will do well.
I think it will too, because the Mega Man collection seemed to have done quite well so
Yes,
far.
it did. Yeah.
Then we've got God of Rock, which is coming to everything, including the Switch, on April the 18th.
Yeah.
Greed Venturi on PC. Can't say I've ever heard it.
No.
Coming out on April 20th. Or 20, blaze it, bro. And then on April 28th, the final game of the month, we've got Dead Island 2. Wow, I never thought I'd ever be saying that.
I know. Like, I think I even said it on this show. Dead Island 2 is never happening. I know I did. It was like early days. Real early
did
episode.
a long time ago.
Yeah, like third episode or something. I was like, nah, give it up. Dead Island 2 is never coming out. Here we are.
Yeah.
2023.
I know. Right, okay, so I need to preface it. I'm going to cover all the way until July because there's the minimal list on May, June. So there's only one more confirmed release for the rest because the rest are to be announced throughout the year. So, I'm going to avoid May for now because I think there are 2 games that require a bit of discussion.
Okay.
So I'm going to move to June. Okay. And I'm going to start with June the 6th because I'm skipping one big one. Which is Diablo 4.
Oh, right. Oh, gosh. I forgot that was coming out.
So did I. So, Diablo 4 comes out June 6th for nearly everything but the Switch. I'm going to be interested about this one for one select reason.
What's that?
Because if the ABK deal is done, does it come to Game Pass? Day one.
I bet it does. I used to love Diablo. I really did. I just...
Never played it.
It wouldn't be your type, honestly. I was gonna try
MOBA,
and make some, but
don't
it's
do
just
MOBAs.
Not. Yeah.
Don't do MOBAs. It's not
they're
for
good
me.
Time wasters for me because I like time waster games.
Yep.
But I don't know. I just fell out of love with it. By Diablo. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna wait for gameplay. I don't know if they have announced or showed gameplay of it just yet. I'm gonna have a look and see. So. I might, if it's on Game Pass, I'll give it a go for sure. Because Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Then what is probably like, if it wasn't for another game in June, would probably likely be a day one purchase for me on the 22nd of June. Final Fantasy 16.
Oh yeah. God,
I think it looks fantastic.
It's just so weird because for our listeners, you have to understand, I was obsessed with Final Fantasy. We're talking about from Nintendo days, Super Nintendo, because I had like the Japanese releases, and then I got the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy 3, which is actually Final Fantasy 6.
Final Fantasy 6, yes.
Yeah, and then Final Fantasy 7, I was obsessed. I'm talking about obsessed with. 8 I didn't care for, and then 9 was way too cartoony. But 10 and 10X to X2. Ugh.
X and X2.
Oh my gosh, total obsession. We're talking about years of obsessive Final Fantasy obsession. And here I am, like, just a few years later, and I'm like, oh.
Oh, Final Fantasy 16's coming out. Don't care.
And I just remember, like, being so, like, anticipating it and looking it up on the internet, like, you know, just, and now I'm just like, oh, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think it looks great. If it wasn't for the fact that it was coming out in the same month as something else that I know I'm going to be playing a lot more of, then I would pick it up. Because the game that I skipped for June, what a surprise that I am going to be picking this up. It's Street Fighter 6. 2nd of June. And this comes back to things that I said earlier. What do I pick it up on? PC.
See, isn't that weird?
I'm going to pick it up on PC this time around. Because I've let my PlayStation Plus elapse.
Oh, ooh.
I don't care. I do not care about paying for online with PlayStation. So I'm now, any online game, I'm just going to pick it up on PC because fees. No fees to pay online.
Yeah, like, I can't, there's nothing I can dispute with that. That's, especially in nowadays economical environment.
Yeah. Can I also tell you that I also let my Switch online lapse?
Really? Now I'm a bit surprised about that, but at the same time, I get it.
I'll tell you what, was a bit weird when I loaded up Splatoon 3 to show my niece earlier and went, oh yeah, I can't play on.
Oh gosh, yeah. But
anyway, so just going to move briefly on to July because the only confirmed release so far for July is Hogwarts Legacy. Wait, hang on a minute. Why is there a oh, it's the Switch release.
Yeah.
That's July 25th. But there were 2 games that I actively avoided. The only 2 that are currently confirmed for May. I'll talk about the second biggest one, and you'll understand why when I mention it. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
Yeah. That is... I can go either
I'm going to tell you this now. I don't care anymore.
After seeing Gotham Knights.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't care.
Yeah, Yeah. That's really all I have to say about that. I think that sums up everything, really. I'm disappointed because I think the potential there, but this is the thing, and I won't get on the soapbox because I'm very tired and we need to wrap this up.
It's fine. I know.
Suicide Squad in the comics is one of my favorite series. You know, it depends on which series you're talking about, but there's a
if you're talking classic series, I guess.
That I love. The movie, when it was rumored to come out, I was very excited. First of all, Margot Robbie is like the most beautiful creature on planet. She's perfect for Harley Quinn. It was edited so badly, I hated it. And of course, I'm not a Jared Leto fan. I've said that many times.
Oh, you're talking about that one.
Yeah. But then James Gunn got a hold of it, and we won't talk about him now, but I do want to talk about him in the future. And his decisions. I loved that Suicide Squad. Again, not crazy about it. But, and then, of course, they gave Margot Robbie her opportunity to do her crazy thing. I didn't like it.
I don't think anyone did.
No. And so, my point being, Suicide Squad, even the game, is made up of some really awesome characters. Really cool characters. With great backstories and origin stories and so much narrative potential. And just no one can get it right. They just can't in any other medium outside of the comics. Okay. James Gunn got close. But even that wasn't perfect. You know, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. It was just better than the first one. So my hope for the game, also based on Gotham Knights' output.
Don't suck.
Yeah. It's not high, and yet I'm sad because I love those characters. It would be such a cool concept.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think I said this at the time. I think they
Mhm.
chose some of the worst people to have in it.
Yes. Well,
Like,
I was gonna
okay,
say to
Harley,
make it.
fine, sort of makes a lot of sense, obviously.
Yeah.
Captain Boomerang,
I kind
nah.
of like Captain Boomerang as a comedic hit.
But in like comedic, fine.
Relief. Yeah.
In terms of gameplay,
Yeah.
probably not. King
Yeah.
Shark, what?
Well,
And Deadshot. Deadshot's the only
Deadsh-
one that I think
I was
makes
gonna
sense.
say he's a good for video games. That's a good strong character.
Yeah, that's the one that makes the most amount of sense for me.
I'm gonna agree with you there. You know, especially for that gameplay style.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm tired
Okay.
now, so.
Well, I've got one more game to mention,
Okay.
and there's a reason why this got mentioned after Suicide Squad. Because
Uh-huh.
I think, without a doubt, this is the biggest release of the entire year, it's confirmed so far.
Okay.
The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom,
Oh,
which is
right.
coming out on May 12th.
Yes, I did forget that. I actually
Everyone,
forgot that.
nobody did. Nobody did apart from you.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that it's good for the fans, is what I hope.
Mm-hmm.
I will eventually try, I promise, to get into Breath of the Wild. Zelda is another perfect example, just like Final Fantasy. I was obsessed with Zelda. Like, obsessed.
Yep.
And so excited for every new release. And sometimes I bought consoles just for the release. I just was crazy about Zelda. And then Breath of the Wild came out. And I was like, cool. I still haven't played it.
Oh, remember the kind of absolute roller coaster I had with Breath of the Wild?
Yes. See, he didn't like it.
Not...
Then played it and loved it.
Then still didn't like it.
Still didn't like
No,
it.
it took me 3 attempts.
It
3
did.
attempts. It took.
I couldn't remember how many, but I knew it was a lot. And yeah, I remember you'd be playing it when I'd be playing something else during our meetings.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, why am I playing this?
Mm-hmm. So fun.
Yeah, but then it finally clicked with me. And
yeah, you were like, oh, this is the best game. This is my game of the year for whatever year that was.
No, it wasn't, because I still think Mario Odyssey was there or thereabouts as my game of the year that year.
Right.
Tough year, stacked year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I would love to say that this is going to be a day one purchase for me. It's very unfortunate it falls right around the point of my mum's birthday, so I might have to forego it. Yeah. And then a few weeks later, Street Fighter 6 comes out, so I might have to forego it even further.
Yep. Oh, goodness.
So I don't know whether I'm going to play this day one. If I've got the money available for it, I will be.
Yeah.
But so far, it's hard to say whether it's going to be a day one purchase because I haven't seen anything with it.
Yeah, and that's Pete's big on gameplay. But the thing is, this not opinion, but whatever that Pete is expressing is actually very indicative or very reflective of what a lot of us are feeling, which is it's a tight year financially for even people it's not usually tight for, and we have to make decisions. And I think the game companies really need to take that on board.
Yes, they do. Stop announcing so many bloody subscription services.
Yeah, I think subscription services, they've run their race.
Yeah, that's why I'm not doing PlayStations anymore, because they don't offer any value for money.
Well, before we went live, I was telling Pete, because I'm having to batten down the hatches too. For people who don't know, I'm financially secure. Let's put it that way. And I am now cutting the fat, as they say, getting rid of subscription services that I either don't use or are overpriced or something like that. And that's the first thing I'm axing, because those are reoccurring payments and stuff like that. And if I'm doing that at the economic level that I'm at, everyone else must be doing it too. And they really need to take that into account. If you want
well, that's the thing, is I'm obviously trimming the budget for a potential big purchase later on in the year, and knowing that I have to live within a certain means. So I'm only keeping what I've got that I
essentials.
Can feasibly think to keep, which at the moment is currently only sort of Disney Plus, because serviceable for the podcasts that I do elsewhere.
Right.
But even then, I'm like, it's £80 a year, and it's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That is
So
in
what
today's
I might do.
climate.
So I'm thinking for that one, I might just pay it up for the year, like in when it's due
That's
for renewal, and
yes.
then just call it a day and go, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not giving Disney any more money after that.
I'm always one of those people who believe that if you can make a yearly purchase as opposed to monthly recurring payments, do it. You can't always do that. Like some people, you
Mm.
just can't. But that is my advice. But I'm a big
Yeah,
believer in straight up cash for anything.
yeah, but that's obviously why I've annexed the whole PlayStation Plus and the Switch
Yeah,
Online, because they were due for renewal in December, and I just went,
no,
nah, not willing to let that kind of money go out of my account. I know the Switch Online is only 17.99, but it's
yeah. But
seventeen
if
ninety nine of money I don't want to spend.
exactly, and right now we literally need every penny. Everyone does.
Hmm.
And like I'm even thinking of I don't know I have to look into it, but I'm even thinking of busting myself down to the Netflix ad version tier or whatever, you know? I don't know
Fair
enough
enough,
about
yeah,
it, but yeah, because
yeah. I mean,
whatever I can cut, I'm cutting, you know?
mm,
I won't be buying like the only game I'll buy this year is probably going to be Starfield. Probably. I don't know. It's going to be on Game Pass. I probably won't even buy it because I didn't buy
don't even
Halo. I
buy it. It's
thought
on Game Pass.
that's what I'm saying. I thought I was going to buy Halo and then ended up playing it on Game Pass and not wanting to shell out the money for it. Even though I loved
Yeah,
it.
that's because there's Jackal on the disc. To be fair.
Well, that's the thing. Like I love Halo, the main, Infinite, the story. Not, I mean, I don't care. Like I'm not fussed on the multiplayer because again, nobody to play with really.
Yeah, it's
Um,
average.
yeah, yeah, and it is. It's just bang average. But I really enjoyed the storyline and the narrative of the main campaign, but not enough to go buy it. So I'll probably do the
No,
same thing with Starfield. I'll
because the
just
campaign isn't even on the disc anyway.
exactly. Which yeah, that was actually my point, Pete. I lost it. I'm so tired.
Yeah, I know.
It's
But had it
almost
not
ten
been for the
o'clock.
oh, I know. Had it not been for the fact that my Game Pass is paid up until 2024 because of
Yes,
the All Access deal, I would have annexed that by now already. If I'm
I
not playing the Xbox, what's the point? But to be fair,
I've talked to
because of
myself about
Ultimate
that. Yeah,
PC, so
yeah.
that's the only reason I'm sort of keeping it.
That is it. Because when I was doing all of this, kind of like sitting back, reflecting on what I needed to trim, I was like, look, I know. Talking to myself, of course. I know you love Game Pass. You're a Game Pass adherent and supporter, but you aren't playing your Xbox. And I was like, yeah, but I do play my PC, and I do have Game Pass Ultimate, which includes the PC. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep it for a little bit longer, and we'll see.
Mm.
Because it is just a good deal. I mean, just value for money. Um,
Yeah, being able to play big games that are going to be coming out, like Redfall, Starfield,
yeah,
and a few others that are obviously going to make its way onto the service this year,
yeah.
and Forza Motorsport as well. Um, yeah, I'll be keeping my Game Pass because it's paid up, and there's no
Oh
point in
yeah,
cancelling it.
yeah.
So it's paid up for another year, so not going to complain about that.
All right,
So
we should probably wrap
yeah,
this
but that's
up.
it. That's us done.
Okay, you wanna do chat?
Yeah, most of it's all related to stuff that obviously that was coming in at the time. So, yeah, I think we finished on the Japanese name for Like a
Oh
Dragon.
yeah,
So, Nana put, I'm curious to see why Bayo will go from here because I heard they screwed up the story.
yeah. That's what I heard
In
too.
3, I have no idea. Um, oh, Brent's then put, I played what for 10 years? I was trying to work out what was World of
World
Tanks.
of Tanks.
Yeah,
See, I can't help it. I really do like war games. I can't help it. I keep
yeah.
telling myself I don't, but I do.
Nana put, that sounds like the most Kylie game I've ever heard. Can't remember what game that was.
That was the tank something
Oh, yes,
simulator.
yes, 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 yes.
Tank repair simulator. I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so
Um, Brent put RE4 is the only planned full price
fun.
purchase for the year, and probably rightly so. Nana then put, I'm excited for RE4 remake because it
Yeah.
looks insane. To be fair, it got ported to everything, so it's worked out.
That was the original.
Which, look, it got ported to absolutely everything. There's no surprise about that.
Mm.
Um, Nana then put, I pray this leads to an actual Mega Man game. Did you forget that Mega Man 11 came out a few years ago?
Well, I think everyone. Let's be honest. I think everyone did. But I was gonna pull a Dead Island 2 and go Mega Man. I was gonna say 11, but I guess it's not 11. 12 is never coming out, and then that way it'll come out next year.
Well, what people have been asking for is either X9 or a new uh, Battle Network.
Right.
So, yeah.
So
I was blanking on the name there for a moment.
That's all right.
Nana put Hogwarts is going to die a slow and very painful death.
I think it will for varied reasons. I mean, obviously there are political reasons. That's not why I think it will.
I'm not going into that because I think half of those are dumb.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's because it's an MMO.
Yeah.
MMO, it's a live service game. They flare up and then they flare up. But then again, Fallout 76 is still online. People
I know.
still play that.
Nana, you've also unfortunately missed the chance to say that it's going to have a death curse put on it. Well, it's wizarding, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the final one was from Brent. He said, although I got a raise, increased benefits from my health insurance, I am losing most of my food benefits, which sucks so bad.
I know in the US, well, you know what, they're doing it over here in the UK too. They just keep rechanging the criteria and they're making it tougher.
Yeah, they do.
It's like, now is not the time to make it tougher, but we're not a political podcast, but don't.
Yeah, thank Klaus. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's something there, believe me.
I think you know what I mean,
I know
which
exactly
is why
what
I'm
you're
not
talking
mentioning
about.
it more of it.
No, I know exactly what you mean. World Economic Forum.
Yeah, weapon there. Stupid ESG, sorry.
Look,
non-political. Let's move on.
Yes, we're not doing that this year. We are a positive podcast.
I know, because everyone moves everything into politics. I don't want to do it. I hate it. It annoys me, and I'm not going to do it. That's all it needs to be said. ESG is a waste of time.
I love politics, discussing it as an institution, but people are so emotionally wrapped up in it. I don't like discussing it anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes, me and you have had various discussions outside of this, and it's always interesting.
Yeah, I love talking about politics, but talking emotionally about politics is that's not what I'm going for.
Yeah.
But
anyway, let's wrap this show up.
Yeah. So we thank you so much for joining us for our New Year's episode in the middle of the month. And if you made it this far, that's awesome. And
cheers.
What?
Cheers.
Oh, yes. But this is the part of the show where we give our socials, which mine's going to get weird. But Pete, if people want to enjoy more of Sir Pete Beckett, Sir Professor Dr. Pete Beckett.
Sir?
Sir, you're being hunted. That was a crazy game. But yes, Pete, where can I find you?
Well, where can you not find me these days apart from Instagram? So I'm on Twitter at PeteBeckett1, which is spelled BECKETT and the number 1. But you can also hear me on this podcast, guesting last week on the TBC or the Turn-Based Cynics podcast, as well as there was a new episode of the Never Watchers podcast where I went on a major rant about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So if you want to hear me losing my proverbial poop, then go listen. It was fun.
Yep. We've steered clear from a lot of Pete's rants on this previous year. But there's nothing like an epic Pete rant, so go listen to that.
I love a rant. I do love a rant, especially when it comes to my favourite Marvel character of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, spoiler for that episode, the film sucks. Anyway, Kylie, crack on. What about you, social-wise?
Okay, so I'm in a weird place with social media right now, just in general. I haven't decided what I'm going to do or not do as the future goes. I will say I spend a lot more of my time on Instagram, but Instagram is strictly for gym and nutrition. You might be bored to tears. because I'm just tracking my progress there. And it's just me and my gym bros and gals, gym bros and sisses, complimenting our gains and stuff. But that is Kylie Yellick, as usual, over there. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with Twitter yet. I'm going to take it in a new direction, but I don't know what that direction is yet.
I think based on the previous few days of tweeting, I think I know the direction.
Well, I'm being authentic.
Yes.
So it might just be a repository for my fifis. We'll see. Which is what it started out as when I was 16 or whatever.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think I was 18. But, point being, it is my little diary. And I am an autistic trying to figure out my way in the world, and that's what I do. I talk things through so I can understand them, which is a very autistic thing. So I guess if you want to go there, it's Kiley to Greet, KLEYTHTREET, but I can't promise there's a lot of content there yet. We'll see. I think it's gonna wrap it up. I think it's gonna do it for us. Obviously, because I'm getting so sleepy. But
finish the show. Come on, finish the show. Last few minutes. Last few seconds.
I forgot what I say here. We thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you will join us the rest of the year because it's gonna be fun. So I was gonna say strap in for the ride, but that sounds a little pervy. But we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Goodbye. Cool. Right, give me a second. Need to change settings.
Okay, just a couple more minutes, guys, because that whiskey is good for going to bed. It's just warms you up.
Cool.
You just take a shot of it, like I thinned it out. I drank too much, but.
No.
I tried to keep it at one and I did 2 fingers.
I mean,
it was really
no.
good. That's unfortunately.
Not saying a word.
Oh, Pete, stop!
Not saying a word.
You know what's funny? No, that's not true either. I was gonna make an incel joke.
Shoot.
What?
Carry on. Just realised something weird.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna make an incel joke and say that I'm involuntarily celibate, but I'm kind of not.
No, you definitely are not.
Because I am.
It's not through choice.
I mean, it's kind of is through choice in a way. It just depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm proudly demisexual.
Brent, yes, I did get the email. I need to respond to it. It's been a busy few days. I need to talk to Kylie about it as well. As you can tell, we haven't had a lot of chance to talk.
No, and I'm fading fast. My throat
We'll discuss another time during the week when we can.
Gross stuff. I need to do a big cough.
Full of whiskey.
And it's full of whiskey.
Yeah, thank you, Brent. I do appreciate that. I will. I'll definitely respond to it. Once I do respond to it, I'll make sure that you're CC'd into it so you can see.
I have gym in the morning. It's gonna be so fun. Oh my gosh, I haven't posted it to Twitter, and I might do it. But I got these new gym leggings, and they're the best things ever. They have
nice
phoenixes on them. They're black with red flame fire phoenixes. But nice. I made a joke and said instead of coming out of the ashes, they're coming out of the ass because they're on my butt cheeks. I don't know why their stupid faces are on my butt cheeks. But they are cool. They're very
I mean, does that mean that you're now actually walking around in the gym saying, "I'm Jean Grey, look at me, I'm the Phoenix"?
It did cross my mind. I was like, if anything...
Why doesn't that surprise me?
I was like, if anything, I'm the Dark Phoenix. And then I was like, Kylie, wait, this is a gym, and no one's going to get that. Not to say that I'm judgmental, because, one guy that I don't know, I haven't met him yet, he did dress up as Mario for the gym costume party.
Very cool.
So there might be a gamer there, but he's in the evening, I'm in the morning. And I'm considering, so my new friend is actually my coach. He's really cool.
Oh, yeah, you've definitely
Yeah,
said this to me
yeah.
already.
Um,
Just...
and he wants to quote learn Xbox, which I love that. But
I
again,
need to learn me an Xbox.
well, actually, he's from South Africa, so he says it's a little different.
I know, I just decided to go right old redneck
But
Texan there for no
yes,
particular reason.
but and her name is Sony. Um, but
Oh, his name is Sordy.
but you know what I'm kind of afraid will happen?
Yeah, yeah, haven't you seen a genuine Panaphonics anywhere?
Oh gosh. I'm afraid if I learn him some Xbox, we'll be on it like 24/7 when we're not at the gym and he's not at work and I'm not at work.
Well,
And
get
then
on it, doggone it.
his wife's gonna come back. She's awesome. His wife's gonna come back and she's gonna be like, Kylie, you turned my husband into a couch potato.
Kylie, you ruined him. He
That's
used to be
so...
cool once,
Yeah,
and now he's a loser.
He used to have like a 6-pack abs. What did you do?
Well, I just told him about Xbox. That was it.
Yeah, I introduced him to Halo. But anyway, I'll tell him that this week. He'll have a good laugh about that. But I think I'm gonna go now. I'm tired. But it's been great being back.
Oh, I love it. I've missed this, honestly. That's
have.
why I had to actually do last week, because I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I
Nah.
need to practice. I need to test the microphone.
That's true. I mean, I did need a break. I was in such a bad place at the beginning, like from November on to the beginning of January, and then I got sick.
Yeah.
I was in such a bad place, I needed a break. And I'm glad I took a break, but it was definitely time to come back, for sure. Oh, show.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we said, which is why the tweet came so soon after that show, was because we spoke about it very briefly, and I just went, look,
I'm done.
what's happening for next year?
Yeah.
And I went, do you want to do something over the Christmas period like usual? And you went, no. Nope. And I went, okay then.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. It was not good. Cause see, that's the thing. Like, I'm not acting. That's never what I mean. I like for people to be happy. That's what I mean. So even if I'm feeling like crap, I'll still be like, jokey, laugh, ha ha. While, keeping everything inside. But it isn't because I'm trying to like mislead people or, put on a brave face or anything. No, it's just I don't want people feeling bad.
Yeah, I know the reason. That's
I know
why
you do.
I had to ask you because I knew full well that if we didn't take a break, we wouldn't take a break.
I needed a break.
And I'll be honest, I probably needed it as
you
well.
You did too, yeah.
What was it that I said to you at the time? I said, I'm so glad that you said this.
Yes, yep, we did. We needed a break, but it's good that we took a break because I think we're both very excited to be back.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Sorry, I was just dealing with
I was like, what? Pete,
no,
are you not excited? I have rejection dysphoria. You have to talk.
No, I was I'm editing, kind of. I'm sort of putting it all together whilst we're doing this still because it's a little bit later than normal.
It is like I'm going to crash.
I know I'm gonna call this a day in a mojo anyway. So.
But I am so pleased with y'all joining us. That sounds very formal, but it really is just on my brain.
No,
see,
honestly,
this is what's funny.
Thank you so much.
And one of my old friends, was very confused by this. The more I drink and the more tired I get, and this is an autistic thing, the more formal my language becomes. And I start using bigger words, but it's because when I'm not drunk, I'm trying to always, control my brain. Make sure, you know what I mean? So I get really weird and formal when I'm drunk.
Oh, it's fine. I've been told I get posher as I get drunk.
You get what? Posher. Ah, yeah, we'll see. I still think it's funny. So Pete, I'll tell this little anecdote and then we'll totally go.
Yes.
Pete went on vacation, I think 2 years ago, to his girlfriend's area, which is a little bit different area from where you live.
No, she lives around here, but I went to my girlfriend's Well,
Yes,
actually,
that.
sorry. Let me say this correctly because I
Yeah.
did get told off about the fiance.
Oh, yes, Pete. Oh my gosh, yes. Why did I say that? I knew better than that. Yes,
No,
you're
even
correct.
I have made the mistake.
It's just, it's been years and you just
Yeah,
get.
I know, I
But
know. I
no,
got so used to it
fiance.
too.
Yes, 100% fiance. Pete's fiance's dad. You went
Yeah, so
there.
he lives in Essex and we live down south, like
Yeah.
elsewhere. So, yeah, bit
So
different.
Pete called me, like, I guess we were doing our meeting or something, or midway. Or we were
No,
just
it was
checking
when
in.
no, we were doing the Friday stream when I was sat in the little
Well, that too,
yeah.
but right
Oh, this
before
was
we went
another time,
live.
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, but
Yeah,
it was before we went live.
yeah.
Pete had just, his whole accent was like, he just went to Essex. It was just like, you sounded like some rough, like, like tough,
Get out.
punchy guy.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be hard to sort of understand if you're not from England, but
Yep.
Essex is sort of like a very low income area, let's say. Certain areas of it is.
It's like East
So
Texas.
wait, let me finish. So back in the day, the little history thing here. So back in the day, the East Enders of London decided to move out of London and move down to Essex. And now East London was the particularly poor area of London, so that means that you had quite a lot of the working class move down to Essex. So you
Which
can
Americans
imagine
don't quite
it's
understand that.
it is sort of Cockney rhyming slang, but with a twang of commoner, let's say.
Again, totally goes over Americans' heads.
Just
Just
yeah, just
it would be like East Texas. It would be rural. Like it's not. I'm not saying that it's rural. I'm just saying it's the
no, it's very similar. It's a very thick
yeah.
accent, a very recognizable accent
Very
as well.
recognizable. And Pete sounded like he was gonna punch me through the phone.
I mean, to be fair, that day I was in a bad mood
You
too,
were.
so that probably did.
That's
probably
true.
did.
That's what I did. I was talking you down because you were in a bad mood.
Yeah,
But
I was. Yeah,
I was like, wow, that's an aggressive accent.
yeah, I'd been down there for a few days at that point. So, and the thing that I find is that I pick up accents really, really well and really
Right.
quickly. So when I went to Scotland for a few days,
Oh gosh.
I ended up coming back with a little bit of a Scottish twang,
Oh my
and
goodness.
it's so weird. It is weird and hilarious at the same time. So
I miss Kieran's little Scottishness.
yes,
But I think that's going to do it because I'm starting to slur, which is not because of the whiskey, but because I'm very tired.
yeah. I mean, it's the first thing that you've done, like apart from the gym. That's like,
Oh yes,
I know
exactly.
sitting in front of a computer is not exactly exerting yourself, but
believe me, literally 4 weeks in bed, talking to no one until I got to go to the gym, and then I talked there. So this is the most I've talked outside of the gym and hanging out with my friend. Brent says apparently the USDA recently changed the definition of rural, so it appears that the rural population actually increased. Oh, yay!
oh, lovely, wonderful.
The truth
Fantastic.
is, I'll say this, and then we totally got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I actually, there is, because I was raised in the country, there is a part of me that always loves the country. Like, I would be happy. I would be happy in a cabin in the mountains or woods or whatever. Probably woods, but with mountains in the background. Oh, Ireland.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna start calling you Ted for no reason.
Oh gosh. There you go. But no, I really would be not, and I wouldn't kill people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you're not gonna become the Unabomber.
Exactly. But I love that rural life. I just didn't like the small-mindedness of where I was from, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so I would
think it
love
does.
like a rural land, but with like satellite internet, so that I have to have internet. I would go crazy without internet, and like a dog. And chickens. I would like to have chickens one day. I could probably have chickens here. It's freaking Ireland.
You probably could, and cattle.
Brent says just one dog. If it was me by myself, I think only one dog because it's a lot for me to handle. Put it this way. The reason I don't have a dog right now is because I'm terrified it won't like me. It's not because I don't have the land for it or the space for it, or if I wanted to shop the money for it, although I'd adopt. But, you know, it or the means to take care of it. It's, what if I got one and it didn't like me? I can't take it back to the shelter and be like, this dog doesn't like me. It's wonderful and I love him, but he doesn't like me. Can I have one that likes me? And yes, Brent, I absolutely am seeing the chickens as investment. Because eggs are like...
Of course you are.
I mean, eggs are cheap here in Ireland. Again, I love that I live in an agricultural island because all of our food is still normal priced. But, and I can just like go down the road and get milk and eggs for like nothing because it's a farm. But, oh, and it says, to be fair, you probably have enough money to do that. I do. I haven't made a plan yet, but it's something that I would love to do in the future. And yeah, the farm thing, I mean, yeah. It is something that has crossed my mind. Or have like an ethical farm. Oh my gosh. Ooh. I would be into that.
Yep.
But I wouldn't do it on my own. That's a lot of work. Because my grandmother raised cattle and chickens and horses. Mm-hmm. And had a giant like farm, like produce. Yeah. Growing vegetables and stuff. And it's not a one-person job. It's just not. That is a lot of responsibility. But yeah, Britt, I saw someone posted a eggs on the shelf or whatever, and it had the price tags, and it was like $8.99 and $9.99 for 18-count eggs. And I was like, what is happening? Eggs are like I was getting, okay, one last story, totally done. But so every week I was getting like a bunch of fresh eggs. We're talking about like 4 dozen fresh eggs because I eat high protein, so it's not hard for me to eat a dozen in a week by myself. So 4 dozen fresh eggs.
Yeah, lots of protein.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with muscle K.
Yeah, well that's it, exactly. It's very easy to eat, and I just boil like 24 of them and just eat on it. Like you just pick them, you know what I mean. Anyway, not the point. So I had no problem like 4 dozen fresh eggs delivered to me for pennies. Nothing. And then the lady that delivers them to me, this was in the beginning of December, she goes, "Oh, Kiley, so I won't be able to deliver your eggs anymore." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's weird, but sure. You know, I mean, I can find more. It's, again, agriculture island." I was like, "Oh, any reason why?" The guy whose farm the eggs are from, she goes, "Oh, blah, blah, killed a guy."
What?
It's like, or killed somebody. What the hell? I was like, what? Wait, I thought she was joking, so I was waiting for the punchline. And no, she wasn't joking. And it wasn't a guy, it was a lady. He's like in his 80s and he ran her over in town.
Oh, right, okay. Jesus.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And then I looked up the news story and it's true and it's very sad. But I was just like, she just like, yeah, he killed somebody. What? So
yes, it's sort of like what it's reminding me of is sort of like the nonchalant way of like and I'm glad that this is coming up again because we were talking about Anchorman the other day for some reason.
Yes. Oh, I killed a guy. I killed him with a trident.
Yeah, you might want to lay low. Yeah, I'm so glad that you thought of that.
Yeah, I came across just like that, and I was just like, but yeah. So. Right.
Brent, can I make can I make a point of this, right?
He's a dealer.
Please, the egg dealer. It's sort of like you're moving illegal products here.
I'm telling you though, Pete, the price that they are in the U.S., it is.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
I couldn't believe, and I was just like, what? And then it's weird. Okay, for real, we're ending this. Oh Holy crap! That's 30 minutes since I said that before.
Yes, and command does always come up on this podcast.
Oh, it does.
Because of I am Ron Burgundy.
Go F yourself. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, before I moved here, I remember Texas is agriculture as well.
Yeah.
Milk had jumped up to like $6 a gallon, which is
Milk was a bad idea.
Milk was a bad choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I get here and milk is like so cheap, because like there's cows everywhere and it's like fresh milk, and I was just like, I have moved to the land literally of milk and honey. I am not moving. This place. We have honey too. But
yeah, we have a couple of local places around here that actually during the summer I might actually go and buy some.
Local honey's very good.
I've been meaning to do it for a couple of years since lockdown started, but there's one place that I've walked past like a few times on my excursions, and you can actually still see the beehives out the front, and it's kind of cool. And I'm like, I should go and support them, really.
Yeah, I would see. That's another thing I'd like to have in my mythical fairy tale farm, ethical farm. I would like to have bees, but not just for the honey, but because bees are freaking awesome. Like, they're awesome.
Well, bees are superheroes.
They are, like, for real. Like I'd been told that, and I'd read the stuff, and I think it was Darwin or someone said, if the bee dies, the whole food chain
We die.
Yeah, exactly. And as an experiment a couple of years ago, I grew some strawberries outside, and I grew some strawberries inside the greenhouse.
Yep.
And the strawberries in the greenhouse were very deformed and inedible. They were weird looking, like they didn't look like strawberries. So I looked it up just to see, what it was. Turns out strawberries, along with several things, have to be pollinated by bees, or they don't grow. And so my ones in the greenhouse, where nothing got to them, hadn't been pollinated. And
yeah, funnily enough, we had the same thing. We had not the same. Like, we don't have a greenhouse here, but we had like a hanging strawberry plant, and for some reason, like, it didn't pollinate quite as well as I hoped it would. So yeah, probably not enough bees pollinating.
That's it. Bees and hoverflies. Hoverflies don't pollinate as much as bees, but they still are pollinators.
No, they do, because they brush up against things.
Exactly.
They're sort of doing it unwittingly.
Yeah, and like I was like, when I first got here, we don't have hoverflies in the U.S., or where I'm from. And so I was kind of like grossed out by them, because they look like little bees, but they're hovering over plants. That's for our U.S.
Yeah, they do. They're not harmful.
They're
they just
completely
look,
harmless.
Yeah, but they have the color scheme like to sort of put you off.
Yeah, and there was like a whole group of them just hovering over this, yellow plant. They're attracted to yellow plants, and I was like, ugh. But then I looked them up, and they're like pollinators just under bees. And I was like, oh, okay, well, they can live here.
Yeah, I remember the one time during the summer, actually, I did see a bee on the floor, and it looked very unwell. So sugar watered that bitch up, and it flew off a few minutes later.
That.
I was like, hell yeah!
Yeah, you mentioned that before. That's freaking yes.
Yeah, I felt good about that.
Yeah, heck yes. Anyway, love all the animals.
That's it.
Take care of them. Take care of yourself. Thank you for joining us. Love being back. Very happy about this.
Don't be a douche on the internet.
Don't do that, for sure. I was going to make a joke.
I don't know why I'm saying that. We all know that you're not douchey.
I was going to say, like, our crew is really good. And watch Krusty, because that's what I'm going to go do now.
Anyway, bringing it back, recommendation for a TV show I just watched before we sign off. Reacher.
Oh, right.
Yeah, based on the Jack Reacher.
I was going to say, is that based on... Okay.
8 episodes, and
Ooh, okay.
It's good.
Jack Reacher's a cool character, I have to say.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is a weird choice in the movie.
Yeah, they got him right, because he is actually a beyond 6 foot lump of a man.
I was going to say, is he a beefy 6 foot dude? Because that's what he's supposed to be.
Can I tell you one small thing about it? That's not a spoiler, but you will like it.
What?
You get to see some Reacher ass.
I don't know. Master Chief ass
No,
confused me.
it's
So...
good ass. It's good ass. Fine ass.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Bye.
Enjoy. Have a good week.